D&D, we've been gone for too long, but we're not only back, we're back with a full table. And we're back! Woo! We're back.
A fucker starts spilling everywhere.
Hot start.
And we got some black holes in the house.
The apple is back.
All right. Quick recap. The last section. You guys, I can't even really remember where you guys even started, to be honest. But,
the wands.
oh yes,
Oh, yeah.
you guys were in the cave, and that's where you guys found the slot to the hammer. And you also found 2 wands that whenever you would pick them up, they kind of had an inseparable bond that you would just point them at whoever it was carrying them. And to which Elcor picked between the 2 wands, and it was the one that granted wisdom and intelligence rather than power and kind of aggression that the other one led to. After doing so, you guys met one of the first wizards exploring. He kind of resurrected himself from the stone, and he went back to the Harkener after that all concluded. You guys left the cave and had a chat with Fellernack, I believe, and he granted you, some time to look around his cave to try to take care of the scourge that infected it. You saw that he was wounded, and you made sure that it was clear that you guys were not working together. However, you guys go into the cave with the time that Fellernack granted you, and Sylvan had a great plan. It started off as a great plan using seeming to disguise yourself as devils to get you close and kind of in the enemy base, which worked. There was a few times where devils were sniffing about, but Sylvan quickly reacted with prestidigitation, yeah, and kind of disguised the scent to smell like the devil's nasty smell. But eventually you guys made your way to the palace, and this is where the plan kind of fell through for Sylvan, as he created a ruckus outside the temple. The archdevil came out, confronted Sylvan, and Sylvan slipped up and spoke a comment to him, to which he threw away his disguise at that point. Sylvan was grappled, thrown into the temple, and the doors were shut. And that is where we are starting the session.
So where are we?
Are we in initiative or are we?
No. You guys are all still, everyone, even Sylvan is still disguised as devils.
Devil.
And so there's 2 ice devils that are watching the door, and as this whole thing comes about, you see them looking kind of at each other like, what the hell just happened? And you hear,
And if I remember correctly, Ice Devils are higher rank than us, correct?
yes, because you guys are, I think you're,
Bone Devils or Spike Devils?
I think we're Bone Devils.
we're the ones.
We're
that-
ones right below them, I think. Because we were the highest in the
What were the ones
outfit.
with wings?
Are you horn devils?
We do have wings.
We did the ones with the wings. Are they barbed?
They're barbed.
Because I think,
I don't think we're bone because bones are big. I think bones are too big.
I thought you guys were horn devils. I think horn devils are the ones with wings.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And I was the baby one.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you were a little smaller one. But anyways, yes, the Ice Devils are higher in stature than
Oh yeah, we're Horn Devils.
what you guys are at.
Did everyone else just see Sylvan get grabbed and brought in there?
Yeah, so what are we going to do about that?
You guys are. How close did you guys want to be to the? Yeah, you want to.
Yeah, can we get the map up?
Oh shit!
Didn't I have? I think I grabbed a whole bunch.
I did.
I got some right here. There's some right here.
If I remember correctly, I think he stepped up and I was kind of behind him, pointing at his arm.
Yeah, I thought we were just at the steps, and then he kind of approached.
Oh.
Pause.
Gotta pray.
Oh, it's a pray.
Spray and pray.
+2.
So you saw him grab Sylvan and walk in. Say 2 ice devils here. We're all here. Wherever you want to place yourself. Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you guys see the ice devils at the entrance of the temple, kind of discussing with themselves. Does anyone speak? I think it's this one.
Well, there's 2 that they probably.
Scratch that. Infernal.
I speak Infernal.
Nice. Rolling the rock.
I can speak.
Okay. So yes, Brecken, as you are kind of overhearing what the ice devils are saying, make a perception check for me.
Nice. It's a slutty 20.
There we go. Or
You hear the ice devils. I've never seen a master treat one of our own kind like that. The other one goes, "You idiot! He was disguised. That's why he took him in."
Well, guys, I think the jig is up. I think they know Sylvan was disguised.
Should we kill them? We could try and have you say that we were bringing stuff to him, thinking that something was up, and see if they let us in.
You could also try telling them that their shift is up and that we're here to stay and watch. That's a bit more scary.
And I'm gonna then so I'm going to message everyone. So I'm gonna individually message everyone. So it's gonna take like 30 seconds to do because I have to do a separate message.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell them I'm going to open the door, run in and we'll lock them out from the inside. And I'll just say that to everyone.
Okay. Got it. So yeah, time passes and that's telepathic, right?
It says you point a creature and it hears in its ears like a whisper.
Okay. So yeah, each one of you individually kind of hears of that message, and time passes, and like 3 minutes go by, and everyone has received the message from Elcor. And the ice devils have now taken back their post with their pikes kind of at the guard.
And as that happens, I'll kind of like knock over to Brecken to kind of go do something. And I'll kind of like walk slowly behind him, I guess.
Okay.
I'm gonna approach the ice devils, I guess. And then as I get up there, I'm gonna speak in Infernal to them. I'm gonna say, "We are the ones that Master was looking for, requesting."
And the one ice devil looks to the other.
We were not aware of any meetings with Master as of now. What was this meeting about?
It was urgent. Something about an infiltrator. We may have more clues.
An infiltrator? The one he just got?
They have him.
Who has him?
I'm asking you, they found the infiltrator?
Well, yes. Yes, Master just took him like 5 minutes ago.
Perfect. This is good timing. We have information that may help to figuring out who he really is and who he works for. We found him entering the cave.
The devil is going to roll an insight check on you. Both of them look at you.
Well, then why didn't you deliver him?
Well, he was with others. We were tracking down their whereabouts.
And as soon as I hear this conversation, I'm gonna right here, and I'm gonna cast knock on that door.
Yep.
To open it.
Yep. And is there a range on that, or is that
60 feet.
Oh, nice, yeah. And so, as this whole conversation is going on, say for Elcor, you just hear as this whole thing's going on. You have no idea what's being said. You cast knock, and is that a verbal or is that?
I'll let you know. It is a verbal.
Okay. So then, when you say that, you kind of whisper to yourself, kind of the wizard,
Right.
saying that knock is, and when that happens, you hear, and the guards even kind of look back and they look over at you, and they're going to see if they heard you say something. And with that, they hear the knock go, and they look around and they hear you say that.
As they kind of look at me, I kind of look around and go, 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 and I start running
Okay.
through the door. I'm gonna dash to try to get in
I'm
here.
gonna see that happen. I'm gonna immediately dash as well.
Also dashing.
Oh, so are they standing right at the entrance?
Yeah, they're standing right at the entrance. Yep.
So they get an opportunity to attack some of these guys if
Yep.
they choose to?
Yep.
Once I get just outside of range, I'm going to Starlight Step past them.
Okay. Got it. Yes. So.
Yeah, I guess I'll just run by this one and I'll let this guy get a swipe at me.
Okay. Elcor and Brecken. Probably gonna hit. Let's see here. Yeah, 25.
Yes.
Alright. Ooh, that's good rolls. You take 17 points of piercing damage. And then you also take
These boys ain't no joke.
10 points of cold. As the slice that he just put on your shoulder kind of freezes with frostbite a little bit and then it warms up. And then Brecken, are you dashing past too?
Yeah.
Alright, attack of opportunity.
I think you do get disadvantage for Brecken though. Don't you?
For what?
Because doesn't he have disadvantage on attack opportunities on you?
Oh yeah.
When you escape the horde?
Yeah, all opponents or all opportunities of attacks against me are at disadvantage. Yeah. Good call.
Nice.
Sorry, I
Well,
haven't
he
played
rolled
your
the same
guys.
thing. Slutty 20.
Fuck.
That hits him, assuming?
Yeah, do what you must.
Alright. Oh my god, I'm fucking rolling crazy.
That means I'll probably let you.
17 points of slashing damage, and then also.
Oh god.
Oh my god, look what I just fucking rolled down. You take 3 points of gold.
All one.
All one. And so you guys dash through, you barge open the door, and as this happens, you see a starlight step go into the door, and you see Doris and Bradley. I'm assuming you're dashing in as well.
Yep.
But the two people that got hit make dexterity saving throws.
Oh shit.
19. Or yeah, 19.
11.
You pass, you fail. So when the devil swiped you, you got cut and you kind of like stumbled, but you just stumbled and you got your footing, and you can shut the door if you'd like.
Yeah, I will definitely take my action and try to shut that door. How large is it?
I mean, it's
a big door,
it's a pretty
right?
large door.
And we're all in there, right?
Yeah, everyone's in now.
Because I was gonna say too, like as I got in there, if I was like one of the last people to go and I saw everybody was in there, I was gonna also try to like just shut the door.
Yep.
Because assuming it's a bigger door and it was gonna take some strength.
Yep.
I'm actually gonna do another spell that I have. I'm gonna use Arcane Lock on the door.
Oh, nice. Elcor OP.
Is he in now?
Yeah, he's in. He just.
I'm
fell.
assuming I'll wait till everyone's in to do
Yep.
it. Obviously, I'm not. You touch a closed door, window, gate. entryway comes locked for the duration. So I'm gonna close it, and then I'm going to close the door instead of passcode on it. It says, so basically, if I set the password, someone has to say it for it to open.
Okay.
They can go past it, and it's locked for 10 minutes.
Okay. If you have a player chat, text it on the player chat, the passcode, so you guys all know it, but we don't, and we can guess it, you know.
Well, these guys can't speak common, so hopefully they don't know it. I guess someone else can.
It's fair. Does that work like that? Does it have to be spoken in the language it's put in? If you say like lock and common, but lock and infernal.
I would assume that if I said it common, you'd probably say common.
I feel like it's a word, so I feel like it could still technically be
Right.
open with any other language.
This is just a password spoken. I'd say you guys can choose.
Yeah, I would say then it's just password spoken, so it's not like they have to technically speak it.
I think he's gonna get on the first try.
Well, devils are intelligent, so that's why I say they probably know what's going on here if they can't break in. Of course.
I got a good one. And yeah, I'll say it under my breath when I close it, and then kind of like shoot my energy around the door.
And so yeah, everyone piles in. Doors get shut very quickly. One of their pikes almost gets in, and then you guys shut it out actually. And you guys hear kind of screeching and kind of screaming coming on the other end of the door, and then Alcor's
goes on my level
Shimmer.
2 is
Shimmer.
I'm low on spells already before we even get to a fight is the bad part. I don't have my 7. I used a 5. I don't have any 2s. Yeah, because I used it. You're the wizards guy.
Oh, my 7 either.
Because we used
Did I use any
crown
spells?
stars.
You might have healed.
Maybe heal. You didn't use heal, but it was a healing. More than one or
You
two.
healing spirit.
Spirit.
Sylvan used it.
But yeah, I will lock that door for 10 minutes.
All right.
And I'll let you know if you say
Say the word.
Yeah.
Okay, you got it. But yeah, everyone piles in. Door is locked with arcane lock, and you guys are free to move about in this temple.
I'll kind of look around. We only have about 10 minutes before they can get in. Oh, and to break the door, the DC's 10 extra.
Okay, got it.
What do we see here as we see like Sylvan?
So make a perception check.
All us or
Since he said it right away, I would assume he's the first one
Gotta be
to make
quicker
this
than
action.
yeah, if I'm blind.
13.
13. Immediately, when you kind of get in here, you take a look around. In this first area, you recognize what you had seen last time. There is nothing different other than these sort of statues of different like devilish creatures. They all emit colors brighter than you remember last time too. That is the only other thing that you notice. There's this little like contraption and furnace that seems to be lit, but you do see light coming from up these stairs into the next room where you remember you had to fight with those Death Knights last time. But it is a little bit more darkly lit in there, and then there is a sort of reddish glow that seems to be emitting from that room.
I see some light, reddish glow up ahead. That's where Sylvan's at.
I could call Dorios out, but I think that's going to piss off our dragon friend, which could be good or could be bad, depending on the interpretation of the situation.
Where do we see the red glow coming from?
So you just see that there's these stairs that go up into the next room, and you just see like a faint reddish glow coming, just as if there's lantern light or flashlight.
Gotcha.
It's red in nature.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I'll say, I think if shit starts to hit the fan, it might be worth bringing the dragon out. Might piss off Elrenak, bring him down here, and just kind of a
If I
card
think
up our
that he's,
sleeve.
if I feel like if he's coming out, then I can always just call him back that he's here.
I'm going to move up to this room here.
So we think I should save that.
Okay,
For now, at least.
I'm gonna take a guess at the door.
Oh, there's a door there?
No, I'm gonna take
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna guess stinky.
No.
Feels too close.
I had that in my head first, but it would have been too easy. Hey, you gonna guess at the door?
What was
He
what
took
was
it stinky.
and it wasn't right.
Soti.
All right.
There's no way they get it. If you guys get it, it'll be crazy.
So you step into this room. I want you to make a perception check as you enter here.
14.
You know, I was gonna say I was gonna go. Yeah.
Naughty 20.
Naughty 20.
A lot
All
of
right.
slutty 20s right now.
As you start stepping up, so we'll say you're still at the bottom of the stairs here on this side. Elcor, as you walk into this room, you realize that these torches on opposite sides of the room here, you notice that there is a flame emitting from them, but it is pure red. There is no yellow or orange that a normal natural flame would emit. And they are both seemingly flickering in the same sort of like movement, like they seem like to be in the same lockstep. What you do also notice here is you don't see anybody in the room. You don't see Sylvan and you don't see the Archdevil. But you see this circle here that you previously remember that there were dead bodies of children and babies slaughtered in this circle. Those are no more there. But what you see is the ring of what the circle was before seems to have this liquid texture as if it's like a bottomless pit. And you see within that there are these sigils of different types of reddish lines that form a multi-pointed star and a bunch of different circles seeming to wrap in between wherever those points are.
Okay, gotcha. So I'm gonna walk up to that. Can I make some sort of like Arcana check, religion check to see if I'm assuming it's some sort of teleportation circle to like another realm.
You can make an Arcana check, yes.
27.
27. It's not technically a teleportation circle, but it is a portal of sorts. And it definitely feels fiendish.
As I see that, everyone, get in here now.
And at this point, you are up there and you take a look and you see the same thing as you kind of all pile in. You all are standing around this seemingly dark, vast pit of, it kind of looks like blood, like a pool of blood, with these lines and everything that I just previously described to you. And you notice that it feels like a pool of blood, but it seems like it's just whatever this arcane symbol that's on it is giving it this sort of like texture to it, but it doesn't actually seem like this is an actual bottomless pit of something.
I think this is where they went. That's the only way it leads us to Sylvan. I don't know if we want to try to close it, but it would be a good idea as well.
Should we try to see if we can contact Sylvan through our earpieces?
I could try to strike him as well, but that would be a spell slot. I don't know if it'd tell us.
I don't believe we have the time for that. Well, maybe we all step on it at the same time.
I agree.
I'm in. That works.
Okay. We gotta make like a circle here. We'll go on the points of the stars.
Well, there's more than 5.
Oh, is there?
There's probably like 20.
We'll take 5 points then.
Anything happen when we get closer or stand on the points?
No.
I'll look around.
3.
2.
I'll jump in at 2.
Once I see Bradley move,
And Bradley does.
And I see Bradley jump
Bradley
up and jump
imitates
in.
his little, and he just goes, pencil dives.
I'm gonna wait till
That's
you
that
guys
thing.
jump in.
And when you hit, you all notice when he hits the circle, it feels like he gets slowed, and then all of a sudden he gets to about waist high, and it seems like he's stuck, but then you see his form seems to like stretch impossibly long, and then he gets sucked in. Then you all go after.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay out for a second.
And then we'll say Elcor, you jump in. You all see the same thing. Elcor jumps in, and he gets stuck in place, and then elongates and gets shot back through. Torin, you go through, same exact thing. Doris, you go in, and then Brecken.
I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna pull up my flask, take a really big swig, and go, another fucking portal. And I'm gonna jump in.
And with this sort of like tinge on the back of your neck, as you kind of jump in, and right as you sink, you just get this very, very familiar feeling of what entities could possibly be in this portal.
Work.
You get
I remember my +3. I gotta remember +3. +3.
I don't have any of those.
Plus
Damn
3
it.
for yourself.
Actually, might have.
How about battling?
I think it's just.
I think he has
Sylvan,
undead.
Darius,
Right, we're doing this one.
Yeah.
Just me and you, though, I don't think, right?
Fiends and aberrations is what I have.
But he's undead.
We're once we get here, we're like still like moving, right? We're not like
Yeah, like you're.
we can do whatever.
Mhm.
So, I'm going to use my wand of Elkhorn, and I'm going to give myself 40 temp HP with 4 charges.
Alright, so we'll do that as you land.
Cool. We had a map, but it's the wrong landscape, so I gotta like.
Oh. Like you had to actually like flip the computer screen rather than like.
Oh, like just rotate it.
Mhm.
So now you're looking at it upside down.
What's like?
Oh, there it is.
There we go. Hell yeah.
Nice.
Dope.
Nice. Nice pork chop.
Mm.
Wait.
Oh,
Here, give me those
Well,
two
that
guys.
sucks. Oh well.
What do you want?
Give me those two guys.
This is about all we can do.
yeah.
That's dumb.
Is it a picture?
Can you rotate the picture itself?
No, because it's on incarnate, so there's no way to rotate. Because I tried. You can like select all the things because the background is still in portrait, not landscape. Once you turn it, it only turns like all the things like put onto incarnate. So then it all just rotates this way. It doesn't actually rotate everything like you actually.
That's okay. Not big deal.
Because like if you rotate everything like 90 degrees together, then shit's off the board and it like doesn't make sense with the map. So we just have to do it this way. So Sylvan, you are
Being sacrificed.
here.
Knife to throat.
That was here. You
Oh
all
God. That's one desk I see, and there's one down. I see 2 more fucking desks.
you all appear down, and it feels like your knees and your legs are heavy for a minute. And you start trying to take a walk, and it kind of feels like that, sort of like you're dizzy and like not feeling like your legs want to move where you want to right away. But you are on the outside of this door. You're in this dark hallway, and you look behind you, you look above you, and you see the same symbol that you came from above. It's a little bit too. But what you see ahead of you is burning, blazing room of this sort of church-like cathedral, but in a way of a trial. You see a figure familiar out in front of you, chained to a desk with his arms like this, and he stands on an elevated platform. And you also see 3 different devils past him. Actually, you see 2, because you can't really see the one in front of him. You see 2 devils off to the side, and they both seem to have some writing utensil, and they're scribbling as someone is speaking. You don't see the Archdevil at the moment, but the closer that you approach to the door, do you all want to enter, or do you want to Stay back? What do you guys want to do in this moment before you have any more information?
I'll enter.
I'm probably
Yeah,
entering.
here as well.
Yeah, we might as well.
Okay, as you enter, you now see the archdevil standing in the corner, looming, the flames burrowing over his body, and he just stands there with his trident. You all enter the room, and you get about there, and you hear one of the devils cry out.
Sylvan, the Stentorious. You are on trial for the crimes that you committed in your past, recent past, and present time. What is your cause? And don't be silly. We will know if you lie.
Is this the first question I've been asked?
This is the first question you've been asked. About the time that you got chained by the archdevil, these devils walked into the room, took their place, started writing something. You don't even know that they entered, but you got chained in there, and you feel like you're locked in place, like unable to move. And this devil just stood resolute with the flames burning over top of his form. And it's the first time the devil just spoke.
And you're not in your double form anymore.
I'm in my form.
These guys are still.
Okay. But I'm not.
But again, you wouldn't know that.
Yep.
Okay.
But you do notice that one of the devil off to your left would be this one here. Takes a timer and he puts it down.
I don't know where I am right now. What crimes are you talking about? Well, we have here, on account, the slaying of about 5 poor people in a city. Some dwarves, some gnomes, and a goblin. That is your first offense. We also have killing of a dragonborn. We have the killing of also a halfling. Yeah, and then we also have some deaths of you on a boat. Of a family of merchants. One named Lise. and his family. Yeah, Lise was quite a good guy, I'd have to say so myself. But, what was my cause, you're asking? Yes, what is it that you are on this place for? As yourself, what is your cause in the realm? I attempt to stop evil as much as I can. And there are things that motivate me. I was fueled by anger for some time. Those people kind of crossed my path as I was dealing with some rage. Yes, and you believe that these people are then evil, you say? Well, they were kind of being rude. Well, rude doesn't mean evil. So you think to strike down on people? Yes, they wanted to kill. They were taking food. They were being ungrateful. And then when I tried to, I can't remember the whole situation. But they started like chasing me or something when I burned their food. Yes, we offered it in our good graces. Then I burned their food because they were being ungrateful. I didn't feel they deserved it. And then they got their pitchforks out, so I killed some of them. I thought I was gonna die. What am I supposed to do? And then when the timer runs out, you start talking, and there's no more words. Well, it seems a decision has been made on our first question. Sylvan, the stentorious Rakan, seems to make himself a point of good nature, yet he doesn't see how his actions in the past against, yes, one group of poor, trodden people, believing that they were given something they deserved. But then when he took it and burned them, that they could not retaliate. So his first action was do what is good and strike down the people that are not evil, but to kill them.
And when that happens, you hear a loud bell ringing in the background.
And you see that the light in the chamber seems to grow bigger as the flames ripple around this courtroom. Now, question 2. Is your cause honorable?
This isn't fair. I wasn't done talking.
Your time was up, and you're wasting more time as it seems.
But this is bullshit.
We do not see even
No,
so.
I know. I'm just raging. It's my cause. What did you say again?
Honorable.
Honorable. Yes,
God.
yes, I feel it is honorable. I had the people that lived in that town. I guess it wasn't those people, but I assumed it was. That was my belief. Somebody long associated with that place has taken my family, taken them from me, and I feel it was my fault. It kind of was my fault. So yes, I feel my cause is just. I'm here to protect the evil, and I don't know where evil lies all the time, but that's no different than you, or you, or you. It all depends on what side you're on and what view you look at it at.
And then, as you say that last word, you realize this time, as you start speaking, you can feel your throat sort of close, and you can only breathe through your nose, and your words just can't even escape your mouth. Now, judges, we've heard Sylvan's time about his honor, but yet he doesn't give us any insights on the honor that he chooses to act upon. He says it's for his family. Well, Sylvan, we may know what your family is, but who's to say? Honorable or not, it seems that you are mistaken in some aspects of how you act upon the honor that you wish to say that you have. And to us here in this courtroom, deem that as not purely good. Sylvan, your next question. Dong! And this time, the flames don't seem to grow. Seems pretty stale at that time. Do you give or do you take? And you feel your throat open.
Well, I feel like I give. I've given back to many slaves who were taken. I took it upon myself to go save them from these slave traders. I've offered them a place to work. I've offered them gold. I've offered them food. I've offered them free passage to wherever they were living. That is me giving. I've given to my friends that I've been traveling with for some time. I've put myself in danger for those that I don't even know. For a cause that, yes, that you can sit up there and may say is not honorable, but in my eyes it is. Because I see it as evil, and I see myself as trying to stop something that's worth stopping. And I don't care who tells me what's honorable or not, because I'm going to act on what I believe in. Because that's what I define as honor. Because what matters to me is what matters to me, and I'm going to act on it. And that is my cause.
And at that moment, the devil on the right has these long curled horns on the backside of him, and he's got these glasses, and he's furiously writing. And as you finish, he looks up. He looks towards the main devil. It seems, Sylvan, for the first time here in our courtroom today, you have spoken the truth of your soul with intent that you believe. There is naivety in your previous statements, but that does not justify much in your life. You have been taken, and Many has been taken from you. And you've acted on impulse at times. And yes, you do take. But I see no lie in his voice and his demeanor on why he takes to give those who need it. And then he starts writing again.
You see me go. I wave my arms are down.
And as this happens, you hear the boom, and then the fire seems to slowly drift downwards a little bit. Last question. Possibly the most important. Sylvan Vrakan. What do you value most?
That's a tough one. I value in my life is friendship, companionship, trustworthiness. I think in my early life I was not necessarily looked on as a positive person or somebody who is going to turn out to be anything. So now in my adventures I have learned that sometimes the people who may bug you the most or piss you off or try to keep you in line are actually the people that care about you the most. And those are the people that you should, risk your life for. And that's really all that matters. All the gold you make, all this and that, whatever, doesn't matter. What matters is keeping others safe, going out doing good and finding a just cause to try to go and fight for, even though if it doesn't even do shit. You just fight for it and you go all in. You protect those you care about.
As you say, as you go all in, you feel your voice sort of like taken from you again. And with that, you hear the last boom. And the fire seems to wreathe and wrap as the light sort of kind of makes you kind of go blind. And last thing you see, the devils, the main one sits back and he looks off to his left, or his right and your left. And then you can't see anything as the two devils kind of come in for conversation.
And you guys, what have you guys been doing as he has been getting questioned?
I took a seat right here in this pew and was just kind of watching.
Spectating and laughing.
And as this is all going on, as you guys find yourselves parked in the pew, you notice as this whole kind of system's getting taken place, Sylvan's being interrogated, the bells are ringing, the fires are swirling. Each seat is kind of getting filled with this faceless soul, almost. You kind of see them come up. Some come from the ceiling, some come from the ground, some coming through the walls, and they're all filling the pews and the aisles, and the place is almost filled right now with them. And as you inspect them, they're kind of ghostly images with no face. They have the facial structure and stuff, but there's no face to them.
Can I get up to the front?
At this point, your voice is
More to the front queue.
you're more silenced.
I try to talk to
You
them.
don't feel like the thing in your throat anymore.
Where do you want to go? Like
Yeah.
halfway or all the way?
Right here.
Okay. Yep. There's one kind of just sitting there floating right now.
Hello. You come to these often. You think he will die.
Walk back. I think he's gonna die.
And
I'll
then,
just keep chilling there.
as you all kind of approach into your pews, the light sort of dissipates around them, and the devils are back in their place. The main devil stands up. Sylvan, the court has ruled that your soul is tainted with sin, and your soul is to be given to Talus. Are there any objections to the court?
I object.
And you guys hear Torrance speak up as he's still in devil form. I object.
And
then I'll stand up and say, I object.
and you see the archdevil in the corner look and gaze upon you and look at you.
Come on, guys.
And Sylvan, you recognize these voices.
I'm not
You
gonna
can,
Yeah, you
I'll
can
look,
like
still
you're
kinda
just,
look like
you're
that.
just
I'll
here.
look, yeah. I'll turn around and like look. I don't know if I can see him, but
you can see Torin.
I don't want to act. I don't want to do anything. I'll pipe up and say I object as well.
And I object.
Did I? Object.
And then you see Talus take his trident and slam it. And all the flames go and resettle. And he starts walking towards Sylvan.
Just let him go.
And now those kind of ghostly images and spectrals that are in the pews, they're kind of freaking out. Even the devils back behind kind of the grandstand are kind of in shock, as if this has never happened before.
And he takes his hand. He grabs around Sylvan's throat. Sylvan, you say what you value most is your friendships. Well, friends of Sylvan Rakan, the sinner, what do you value in him?
What I don't value is your hypocrisy. What right do you have to say that his soul is tainted? We've seen what you've done with the babies and kids around here, the dead bodies, the slaves. You have no right to say that he's tainted. You're the one whose soul is tainted.
We value his leadership. He has put us first. He has sought to take care of his values and his true ambitions. And for that, we respect and follow Sylvan.
His inspiration and words have led us to save more souls than we'll ever take.
The companionship that he's given us with the new men that he's brought onto our ships speaks volumes to him.
If you look at the numbers, you can do the math yourself. He has slipped up here and there. The people he has helped far succeeds the people he has hurt.
5 of us are willing to fight and die for Sylvan. That shows how friendships matter in this world.
Well, you still haven't given me what you value, other than just Sylvan himself.
I told you, his companionship.
Are not on trial. See, this is a court to judge those who deem themselves good, who sin. I am not on trial. I am the beholder of this court. You speak because I allow you. It doesn't make his actions any different. A soul who is tainted finds its way to me, to us, whether you like it or not. I may be evil, but my soul was born that way. His wasn't. And I can take what I want. I am given power beyond what you know. So you value a humble bard. Fine. But I know that's not what you value most. I can see it. So, I deem one thing, and I ask, what are you willing to pay for Sylvan?
I think the question is, what are you willing to pay?
I have many, many souls. I have a lot of information on someone you seek. I can give you that.
I can give you grand things that have been bestowed upon me. And I have my need. And there's only one. And it's in this room. So, what will you offer for Sylvan?
I will offer something that's one of a kind, that's you'll never have another opportunity in your entire life to get. My kicks.
It's Air Jordan.
It's not things. It's not your belongings that I wished for. You have to offer me something of worth for the soul of a friend that you deem so high. And I will decide if it's worth it.
I will give up my boon that I was granted.
Again, for you, that's something that's been bestowed, not equal to a soul. Bradley, would you give up yourself for Sylvan?
Come back to me. Let's see what everyone else has to offer.
I found this cool dagger.
Well,
I will offer my ability to wild shape for Sylvan.
now that is more substantial. We are heading in the right direction, but still not enough for a soul.
Can we speak as one, all together?
Sure,
Can we go up next to Sylvan?
Fine. And he takes one step back.
Did he not go my throat yet?
Yeah, he did that right away.
Oh.
And then he drops.
Am I still handcuffed or no?
You're handcuffed, yep, you're still there. And you're able to talk.
Okay. Can we do this in private? May I whisper to my friends?
And then you hear the Archdevil.
You are not alone. Enter this courtroom. Look where you came from.
And you turn around and you see all of the ghostly figures here.
You're here to stand trial. You are not alone. You will not be granted privacy.
Okay. I'm gonna.
You can talk. Fine. I can hear anyways.
Okay, let's. Everybody, huddle up here. I'm trying to get me a huddle.
Oh, wait,
Sylvan.
We'll huddle around
I feel
Sylvan because he's
We'll all like
shaved.
huddle around Sylvan and like we'll say like Doris is like facing Sylvan and the Archdevil's just
Can I do
Pretty well fucked here.
can I do a history check real quick on other planes of existence?
that could also be an Arcana check if you would like.
I'll go history. 17.
17. Are you just kind of like thinking of any and all planes of existence?
Yeah.
Okay, well, there's definitely like the Abyss. There is the Nine Hells. There is like Mount Celestia, which is like where all the angels are.
Mm-hmm.
There's the Feywild. There is the there's what's the shadow one?
Shadowfell.
There's Shadowfell. That's off the top of my head. I mean, those are like the main big ones that most people know. And then you also know of one that is kind of in between, and it's ruled by one person alone. You know of Styx. It's kind of like purgatory.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna everybody grab my hands real quick over in this huddle. So I'm gonna like just grab. So if everybody like, reach out. And then I am going to try to use plane shift to take us out of here.
Yeah, can you read that for me?
Yeah, so you have the 8 living creatures who link hands in a circle are transported to a different plane of existence. You can specify target destination in general terms such as City of Brass, or the Palace of Sparta on the second level of the Nine Hells, but I don't really know anything specific, so I'll just say like the Celestial plane. And then if I know the sigil sequence of the teleportation circle, it'll take me there. But
Okay.
Probably would.
I was not ready for that.
Roll an Arcana check.
good. Okay, Arcana.
Just an Arcana. I just want to see what the roll would be.
18.
18. All right. All right. With that, you reach out and you grasp each other. You see the three devils that held court look at the group, and they all stand up and they grab each other as well. And as they do that, you feel the flames wrap around you and close you into a box. And as it starts twirling around you, you start hearing them chanting something, and then the Archdevil steps into your circle.
You do not know where you belong.
And he puts his trident down right in the middle of all of you, behind Sylvan, and your spell doesn't work.
It's a good shot.
And all the flame that comes around you gets blown back into its place.
Well, I do believe.
And he doesn't take any steps. He takes his trident and takes a step back.
Good try.
To be fair, I didn't know he was going to do that.
We still have judgment to make.
I believe there may be two options we have.
What level spell was that, by the way?
7.
Yeah, okay. That double check.
He's counterspelling it.
Well, he didn't.
I didn't say that. I think that the soul in the axe could be something we could offer him. But the problem is we're releasing an evil back to evil, that Draco fella. You could also offer the other fellows as well, but I don't know if you're willing to do that. If not, I believe he's probably looking for one of us to either offer a deal.
I'll look at the big guy. Can we bundle items from multiple people to raise the value?
So you're trying to haggle the Sylvan soul.
Haggle with the devil.
So, Bradley, does that not mean that you are willing to trade places?
Well, if you said that his wild shape was close, if we kept adding stuff we could give, perhaps we can get to that threshold.
Well, you have items on your beings I wouldn't mind having. But it is Bradley that I want. So if Bradley is not to be given, I will take one of your items. Of legendary means.
No, wait, just
What
what does it? We haven't even talked about. What does it even mean if I'm tainted?
Your soul is tainted by sin. You've done actions against your alignment.
Well,
So like,
just
does
one
it mean? Am I going to jail?
No, you stand trial. You become mine.
Oh, I'll just stay here.
I've had one like you before. Split between me and another realm.
All right. No. Okay, sorry. Go. I tend to interrupt. Talk.
If you wish to join my ranks and do some of my biddings as he does, he can accompany you on your travels. That's fine. But he is mine, and you are mine.
Okay.
Or Bradley could be mine.
Well, here, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
You asked what we value. What do you value?
I value rank above those who see me as below them. I want to destroy the beings in this world who decided to forget me in my place.
Who's that?
Oh, there are many kings. Even a dragon. They wronged me.
Are you staying in the material plane?
There, yes. Gods have betrayed me too. I want to make myself powerful enough to reach their height and put them down like they've done me.
Okay. So,
But I can't do it without an army of my own.
so you're looking to rid the world of people who have wronged you?
Yes,
To do what?
to do exactly what I've said. Put them in their place.
Okay. So if we were to...
And I have a queen to serve.
Is she hot?
As Albert don't believe we should give him.
No.
Might I make a suggestion?
Please do. Make it worth it.
I'm sure you'll be willing to hear this one. You are a mighty being, and we are all here. How about we do negotiation? Willing to trial you in combat, us 6 versus you. If we lose, you can have all of our souls.
Tempting. But I only see 2 in this room who are worth my side.
And that is Sylvan and Bradley.
How about this? Let's play a game. My choice. Let's call it Devil's Choice. I'll play a game against you all. If you win, I will take an object from you worthy enough for Sylvan, and you may go free. But I will draw a contract, one that Sylvan will sign, that if he does not become honorable, as his soul says, we will bring him back to where he is now.
And if we win,
And we can start this over again.
Sylvan is set free with that contract.
Yes. If I win, Sylvan can go free. And I will take Bradley.
Hold on a second.
I object.
We've offered Torrens wild shape.
Not good enough.
On top of that,
Doesn't want that, Bradley.
we'll also offer my ability to quicken spell.
Not interested, Bradley. It's not worth our time.
Alright, so... pretty much, whatever we do, you're gonna take one of us. So...
No. If you win in my game, you go free.
as I have a feeling this game's gonna be skewed.
And we lose an item.
And it was a...
Well,
So tell
If
me
you
more.
play the game, though, you are free.
the negotiation tactic didn't work. You didn't want to give me an item. You didn't want to give me Bradley. Yet you're open to talks yet.
Yes, I'm
So a
trying
game we will play.
to pick your brain.
And then he sits down, and as he sits down, you see those devils' seats get scooted back, and he sits right in front of Sylvan. And as he sits down, this throne of iron and bone apparates, and he sits staring at you all.
Well, are we playing or not?
What is this game?
Yes, we will accept your terms. If we win, Sylvan is set free. And if we lose, we will give you the item you are looking for.
And Bradley, that is the terms.
Don't think we can agree to that.
Simply, we're in a spot to
We'll cross that bridge
Yeah.
when we get there.
Only if you win does Sylvan sign a contract against his own self.
I'm gonna end up here again.
Look, if you're with the option to
Because if it's
defend
not
Bradley,
really
we lose. If
I
we
don't
win,
believe
there
you
shouldn't
end up
be a
here.
contract. It should be
are not
we're all
killing
set free.
innocents.
We are here for the judgment of Sylvan. Whether he leaves and agrees or not, a contract will be signed.
Seems like the judgment is over, and now it's more of a trade or barter.
Yes.
Of the blood.
There is a trade to be had either way. So I'm giving you an option to come out of this ahead.
I give you this sweet helmet.
What is this game?
Bradley, I know this is a lot to ask, but as I am your protector, I believe this is the route we must take.
For our captain. Do it.
There is no other way about this. We might as well take the chance to set you both free instead of losing one automatically.
Well,
Because we know what he wants.
can't get a break.
No, I know. He wants
I
to
accept your offer. We will be willing to offer Bradley and wherever the axe is, if you win.
You think it's the axe that I want.
And he puts his trident down into the ground. And now the judges are all seated up on pedestals around what now you see as Sylvan's elevated platform gets turned into the table. And you are all seated around it. Chairs scoot you in magically, and you all sit around this table.
They're gonna make us play D&D,
No. Jumanji.
Nerd.
Now, the game we will play is called Devil's Die.
And then he snaps his finger, and you all
It's just
see
arrow
some
die.
dice.
You'll need 5d6.
Alright.
All of us?
Are we all playing?
Need 5d6.
We all need 5d6? Or we just need
So-
1d6?
Do they all play?
So who? Yeah, it's up to you. However, or if you just want to like 1v1 individually, and like kind of have them come up to the stand.
Okay, how about this? Instead of a long table where you're all sitting at, since Elcor is the one that says I will accept, you all see Sylvan's platform get shunted about 30 feet backwards, and then a table apparates, and then you magically get pulled into a chair opposite of the Archdevil, and he sets his trident to the side, and he pulls out a cup and some dice. And I'll let you kind of talk.
Got my Yahtzee dice.
And
Yeah, I will accept.
okay, and you see a devil of sorts aspirate, kind of appear into this room as well, and he kind of approaches the table, and he says,
Devil's Die is played similar to the more material playing game Barrel.
I knew it.
However, everyone's dice is not seen. They're kept hidden from one another. The goal of the game is to set matches, and you each go around bidding. So, for example, you might say 3 ones. You must have a pair of 3 ones, whether that's in your hand and anyone else's hand. So you say, sir, over there, you have 3 ones showing on your face die, but you must figure as well, there's probably a few ones out there. You might say 5 ones, but 5 ones is beat by 5 twos and so on and so forth. So, for example, the stacking gets higher and higher, so a pair of 2s is beat by a pair of 3s. So 3 3s is beat by 3 4s, but 4 3s beats 3 4s. That makes sense.
Correct.
Does
I get
everyone
it.
understand the game?
And we're both rolling 5 dice.
and, yep, you're
So
both,
the max, so someone could have 10 if we all roll.
someone's go- if he says 10 6s,
Everyone, okay.
you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
And you look down and you're like, yeah.
Okay. I do believe I understand how to play the game.
Yeah. So it's honestly just like, have you guys ever played that Bills game? Like with a $1 bill and that's
Yeah.
Yep.
Or exactly the same thing.
It's literally the exact
Pirates
same
of the
thing.
Caribbean.
But we
Yeah,
just
Like,
have
we don't get to
dice.
see.
Yep.
Okay.
And so,
D6
are we doing 1v1s?
It's 1v1.
Okay,
You versus
one-
Alcor for
okay.
now.
Yep.
So
Alcor.
and we don't see, right?
You see your own.
You see your own, I see my own.
Yep.
But we don't see each other's.
Okay.
Well, it seems you're the challenger. You are first.
We'll start low. 1, 2.
4 twos.
4 6s.
Liar.
How many 6s do you have?
None.
I lost. Shit. I only had 2 of them.
And then he goes.
And he flicks his finger at you, and you feel yourself pulled away from the table, and you feel yourself with shackles around your arms and your feet bolted into the ground, and you can't move.
Well, that was easy. Who would like to challenge me and make it a real game?
That was anticlimactic. I got my ass whooped. Okay, Corey, did you actually
You're
do
made
some
for
of
this
that?
game.
Fuck, why did I say the 2 then?
I'm gonna give Brecken guidance, even though I
I'll
can't
play the
help
big
him.
horny bastard.
I'm gonna give it to him.
Do you want to do that secretively, or do you want to just do it in the open?
That was good. Hey, good luck, buddy. So,
Good luck, buddy.
so I'd say I kind of both.
And then, as this happens,
Here.
the Archdevil looks at you.
I guess you can block it now if you want.
You think that helps in this game?
No, deception.
Well, Brecken, it is a game.
You're on. I should just for like 2 flowers and bluff.
Let's roll.
I wasn't really thinking about bluffing until I said that too, and I was like, shit.
No way, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy.
Again, you are the challenger. You first.
Start low.
3 twos.
3 fours.
You're lying.
Am I?
Fuck. Well, there was actually 5 for
Well, it was one of those a 4.
No, we didn't have a 4. I thought you said that.
Still doesn't matter because I still wasn't lying.
Right.
It was 3 fours. And then
Damn it!
Overall.
he once again flips his hand,
1 second is advantage, I think.
kind of like does one of these at you, and same thing happens, and you actually get brought to a pew, and your arms are tied down, your feet are shackled to the ground.
I grow tired. If someone wants to give me an actual challenge, do it now. You're running out of options. Okay. Sylvan
Hey, don't let him see those. Hide those fuckers.
decides to bid for his own life. What will it be, Sylvan?
Am I allowed to play?
You are.
And you see that your hands are still together, but they're not chained to anything. So you have your 2 hands like this. So you get pulled again, same magically. You just feel like someone literally just grabs you by the scruff and sits you down in a chair.
And then I can't read those. These ones are unlucky, so don't
The
use
devil off to the side.
Goes. Well, it's time to play. Or you end up like his other being.
And then the Archdevil looks at you and he snaps his fingers, and a being out of pure breathing flame apparates next to you.
My humble servant, Scamos the Herald, has seen a fate like your own. And he also lost in judgment. But he had been saved, you could say. And he is here to make sure the bard doesn't cheat
And
Cheating was an option.
Cheating was an option.
Again, bidding starts by you.
1/6.
forget. You have to say more of a number.
Yeah, 2 1s beats 1 6.
Yeah, so like the next one you can possibly bid is
Right.
two ones.
2 1s.
Gotcha.
2 3s.
Three 3s.
4 6s.
Liar.
Oh, wait.
See, it's actually 4 6s.
He's got 3 and he's got 3.
Finally.
Jesus Christ, you're rolling well.
I know, he's getting those
You
3s.
get a lot of power. I don't have. I didn't let him down that.
Finally.
And you're counting his hands and your hands too.
Yeah.
But still a failure.
Oh, you said 5 6s? It would have been crazy.
Oh, I didn't think. I thought he was lying.
I know.
I know,
thought
it's
that-
actually nuts. Like,
Well, because
Because you would have had 5. Because those shields are 6s, right? So you had 3 6s. Oh, that would have been crazy.
That's only why reason why.
what did I say first? 1/6.
You
Yeah.
said 1/6, yeah. So
Oh,
he gave away that.
oh.
He's
Well, I
good.
had 2 of them.
King of double
I had
dice.
2 of them because I was trying to hide one of them.
Yeah.
But then I'm like,
There's no way.
there's no way he's got 3 of them.
Yeah, yeah.
Like then I thought he. But
And then he sort of kind of nods at you, Sylvan. The Archdevil nods at you, and he looks at.
I had him. My
He looks
strategy
at,
worked.
he looks at the tiefling, and the tiefling kind of takes you by the arm. He pulls you aside. Well, Sylvan, it seems like you don't understand the game you're playing. He is a devil, and he sits you down next to Reckon, and he latches for yourself. Latches.
Those camos.
Those scammers.
We're getting run through right now.
Yeah. What's going on, Lucille?
You only have a few more options.
Bradley, you gotta be
Yeah, I think going second's easier.
If you're
than-
like online,
Before we go live.
I had it though.
Yeah.
I had him. I lied, but then I thought he was lying.
Yeah.
I was like, there's only 3 of them. I'll play.
Well, the Dragon Knight himself. The Intimidator. Let's see if your dice can win.
Those have to be stone cold, no reaction over here.
6 1 is kind of good enough.
Yahtzee.
Nice.
1/6.
2 6.
3 6s.
4 2s.
Liar.
Oh, wait.
He's not bluffed yet.
Oh,
He is not. He is not.
You only got 3.
No, it doesn't matter.
No, he said 4 2s. We're good.
no, I don't have any 2s.
Oh, how many do you have?
He got.
Yeah, 3.
Oh, 3.
again though, 3.
That's a 3. 2 3s, 2 6s, 1 1.
Oh! Boom!
So now what?
And as he you call him a liar, he looks at you.
Well, finally, someone beat me at my own game. But that still leaves 2 to go. Who's up?
I'll go.
We need to make it.
Raise the stakes.
Always raise mistakes.
Bradley plays too.
Yeah, and at the same time.
So now you can.
Oh, God.
The pairs are going to be higher, obviously, because there's just more.
$15.
Yeah.
And since there are more at my table, we all have a price to pay. And it will depend on your dice.
Shit's getting bonkers, boys.
A lot happening right now.
This is crazy.
Since I am the dealer, and I am the devil, and this is my game. Left first to the druid whose home was burned.
Let's go. 1-4.
Bradley.
2 4s.
3 5s.
3 6s.
4 3s.
6 6s.
You're a liar.
Am I?
You don't have any fucking 6s.
Oh my god, I knew it.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
You rolled 5 of them.
Oh my god, dude. What the fuck?
No, I rolled 4. Sorry, I didn't.
So there is 7. I was just hoping you did 7 6s.
I didn't even actually have 7 looks.
But I guess he would have called you a liar then. I guess I don't know how that works.
True.
Yeah.
I guess you win the game if you call
He's
him
got
first,
the-
right?
I mean, you have the advantage of
Right.
anything.
Yeah. So if he would have called even Bradley a liar,
You don't know, right?
that still leaves him a loser.
Right.
But seems as there's 3 to play, and only one of you won. The game is done. And I am the victor. So, my offer stands. As so, I win. You give me what I want. Or Bradley. And Sylvan is now mine. Now, Sylvan, again, you can roam free. Like Scamos. Scamos, you aren't done here.
And he kind of claps his hand around him, and in the distance you see fire breathe out from Tails' hands and wraps around Scamos. And Scamos, at the last second, turns towards you, Sylvan.
Take what freedom he gives.
And he sits down in a pew. The fire breathes around him next to you, and then only ash is left in place.
You're taking Bradley now.
Well, is that your decision?
What is the item that you are wanting?
You think that the axe with Regal in it, and your counterpart once known, that segment is what I want. No. You have a sword. 2 pieces of it that I require. You give me that. Bradley is not under my allegiance. Sylvan signs, and he's let go. Unless you want to give me Bradley.
Good, we must give him a piece of the sword. Sorry, Bradley. I made a wrong judgment.
It's alright.
I can offer you something more.
What is that?
Even though our values may not align, I feel we could have common enemies.
Do you think you're right about that?
I don't know. I'm just guessing. But I will set out on our journeys. Give me a list of people you want rid of this world to be punished, and I will take care of them.
And he steps towards you.
You do not understand. You'll be doing that anyway. I don't need your allegiance, Sylvan. You will be mine, as it is. You will do biddings that I need. Scot-free on your alignment, if it goes against your honor. If it goes against your goodness of heart and your soul, whatever deed you do for me comes to me and is mine. But you still belong to me.
What is the one most... If you could pick one thing that you care about most in this world, what is it?
Well, since I was deemed unworthy and everything taken from me, I deem myself as the most valuable.
And I value these 5 people, these 5 individuals, more than myself. And I don't think it's... I know it's not my decision. I'm the reason why we ended up on this island, why we're in this mess right now. But you're punishing them for what I've done.
No, I'm not. They played my game. You are judged. Now,
You said I was tainted.
you are. The deeds that you've done in your life have tainted your soul.
I don't believe there's any more water here.
Yes, I know, but I'm confused because it was not just me a part of that thing. I mean, with the Lee's family, it was all of us. Everybody should be tainted. So why am I chosen?
You believe that because any of these figures that stand as your friends were the reason why Elisa's died.
It was actually Sigmund.
Well, where is he now?
Yes, but
He's
I'm
been
confused.
judged.
No, but he died.
Doris doesn't claim to be the greatest. Brecken wasn't there.
I was not
Doran
there either.
wasn't there. Bradley was. But he saw the light in letting them go. Elcor wasn't there. So it leaves you to be judged for your actions, and not just Elisa's. The slaves, the poor people of Stalsgoy, and many others. They don't deem what they did was for good. You have. That's your judgment.
Yes,
Whether anyone else was a part of it or not. So I'm not punishing them. They play my game for you. And I honor that.
I know.
It is brave, but I'm not taking anything from them.
So others can do evil if their heart believes that they're evil. Is that how I'm understanding this? So Charles Grobo, Octavius killing innocent babies, because his soul deems him evil, then he is not worthy for trial?
No, that's where you're mistaken. Their trial comes when they die for their evil doings. But again, I'm not claiming to be good. So their doings are fine with me. But they serve someone, just as I do. Just as you will. actions are against their soul. And guess where that led them? Death. And no more. So why care about a soul that you've already dispensed? That was for good, as you claim. And yes, what we see in judgment in your soul, we know it's true. They were evil. They did evil things, and you killed them for the good. That's not your judgment. Your soul, your alignment in this world is pulled both ways. As of recent, it's been pulling the way you want. That doesn't get rid of the sin that you've already committed.
How long must he serve? Forever?
No. There is a time when a soul like him says it's good to go. But in that time, you will serve me.
So then, might I go in your bag and retrieve the sword?
No.
And if you give me the sword, I can make sure your term is lessened. That's all I wanted, was Bradley, or the sword. But you wanted to play my game. So now here we are, a sword and Sylvan.
If he does what you wish, how long is expected time frame? Years? Decades? Months?
See, when the moment calls for it, you will be given that information.
What if we can deliver you the final piece of the sword? And if we do that, then you let Sylvan go right then and there.
Fine.
And then he looks over his shoulder, and one of the devil that was on the left, that's actually still sitting on a pedestal, starts writing part of the contract.
You bring me that piece. I complete the sword. Sylvan goes. He's done. But I will be taking the 2 parts now.
Alright, give him the sword. I'm losing patience here.
Give 2 shits less, we're getting fucked.
You are in a hellish court. What would you expect?
Could multiple people work with Sylvan to lower his sentence sooner?
That's fine.
I don't care about
But guess what? If you deem yourself good,
my sentence would be the demise of you, that's all I know.
fine.
Take the sword. You will have in your possession for exactly 10 minutes before you're slain.
You really believe?
Mark my words.
And I will get the sword artifacts
I
out.
always bargain.
He's always
I will get
Well, someone else will have to, because you are still chained.
I'll get the sword out from his bag,
You get the 2 pieces of the sword.
and I'll walk him up to the devil and set them on the table. I'll set them right there on that dice table.
And then he takes a step forward, grabs the pieces, and he puts them behind his back.
Well,
And then he snaps his finger at Sylvan. Sylvan, you are brought. The pew is drug in front of him, in front of the table. 2 of the devils bring over a scroll. They roll out the contract. And then 2 of the devils,
here is a writing utensil.
and then the other one,
You sign here, 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 and there.
and then Talus speaks up.
You sign. You're all free to go.
sign the first one.
When will I get to meet your queen?
Hmm.
I'd like to know where she resides.
When she's ready.
So why you're donating all babies?
The donations aren't for her.
I'll sign the last one.
And then the scroll magically rolls up and rolls all the way to him. He takes it and he hands it to one of the devils. The devils take their hand up and they light it with fire in it. That dissipates into the air, into ash.
Well, you may leave.
Okay. Okay, I'll open the door.
I'll stand
Yep,
up.
we'll leave.
Sylvan, make a perception check on your way out.
Perception 15.
As you're walking down the aisle and you see and kind of hear the in the pews, you catch on to one of their hums or moans, and as you're walking by, you hear.
What was it?
Life.
Oh.
And then it's kind of drowned out by other.
Is it like looking at me?
It's facing you, but again, it's just like a smooth face, just like features, like kind of indents where eyes would be. The nose is protruding, the mouth's kind of risen up there, but no actual distinct facial.
Can I go over to it?
I have a new purpose. To free you all and slay that bastard.
And I will continue looking out.
All right. Does everybody walk out? As you all walk beyond that opening of those arches of that doorway, as you step underneath that circle in the ground once again, you all get sort of like stretched up to meet it, and then you get brought back to the other side. You go back to that. Oh God, this thing. Fuck you here.
Oh yeah, 'cause it's all. Oh shit, this is gonna be tough.
I don't want to have to do that again.
Yeah, well, at least we know now. Can't fucking be done anyways.
Oh shoot. And then I would like everybody to leave the room. Said so.
Terms and conditions, man.
Terms and conditions. And as you all are back in this upper room, you all still hear banging at the front of that door just as you left. But nothing else has been entered or changed in that other room. As you approach into this other room as well, you actually appear before everyone does first. And Scandals is actually standing opposite of you. It's this section that's pulled up on opposite sides of the circle of you. And he looks at you. You may feel robbed, but I will tell you this. Walking out of there with no one dying is better than what could have happened.
I know, man. I'm just so confused why. I understand I did bad things, but I feel like we all were part of most of those things. Nobody stepped up to stop anything, and I don't know why I was punished for it.
Yes. The funny thing about fiends
When they have their eyes set on the target, they do everything they can to make sure whatever they follow is done.
I know their plan is. I'm trying to fight them, and now I'm joining one.
You're not given fair opportunity. The devils don't play fair.
How long have you been serving?
10 years. Jeez. There was a battle once. I had a party just like yours.
Yeah, I might know them.
And the battle was lost.
What were their names? Sorry, keep going. I keep interrupting. Damn it.
That's for another time. I can tell you all about them. I'll be by your side. That is my new task. I'll be with you when you need me. When his deeds need to be done. He doesn't know this conversation is happening. And you realize as you've gotten here, it seems like time has almost stopped. And you feel as if your other companion should evaporate by now. Make sure whatever deed he requests from you does not get followed out by any of them. It must be you.
Just me.
You and me.
Okay. So they can't know about it. No. What happens if I do not do it?
They can know, but they cannot help. But it's hard to not have them help. As they are your friends. And they value you. I'm here to make sure souls like you don't end up like me.
If I try to go against him, what will happen?
You don't want to know what I will have to do. And then he turns into ash in front of you. And then with that,
You guys can come in.
Upstairs.
Hop on in, fellas.
and you also you all apparate in front of the circle where you had left in the previous room. To your own devices. And yes, you hear the knocking from the wall of those devils still trying to get in. I don't know what to guess.
It is house, the word.
Is it slutty 20?
You buy a vowel for 5 days.
Yeah, I will let you buy them all.
For one sword blade.
But yeah. What do you guys like to do?
So basically time stopped when we went.
Make an Arcana check.
It's kind of like purplish, yeah.
Nope. Colorblind.
That's got fire on
That's
it.
like 13.
It's a little like
13.
Not necessarily time stopped, but less time had been passed than what you would think. But it's hard because you're in a large cave. You don't understand what time possibly could have passed while you're here. But it seems like you've obviously been in this judgment, in this court, for over 10 minutes. And you came back and they're still trying to break through.
I think we may need to get out of here before any more trouble happens.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Is this entire thing that we're in enclosed?
Yeah, you're in like a temple.
Okay, yeah. I just
Are you able to teleport us, Sylvan?
How?
That like spell.
No, I don't have any more.
Oh, you didn't take it. Thought you did. Sorry.
What spell?
Teleport.
We could just fight our way out.
Would we attack and if Sylvan's doing their master's bidding, they might just let us through?
Yeah, good point. We should ask them first. Yell through the wall, brother. Or
Go talk to him, Sylvan.
Brecken, yell at them. Devil, that's before you believe.
You guys stay up here.
Why are you guys knocking on the doors?
Trespassers. It is locked, you fool.
Pretty sure we didn't lock it. We're on the same side.
It's bound by magical beings. What is the code?
Mom's house.
You guys stay up here.
And I'm gonna walk down, and I'm going to kind of shroud myself, like kind of where this flame is.
Mhm.
I want to stand right there,
Mhm.
my big self that I am, and I want to. Sorry, I gotta look at my magic.
Magic.
You want to put the light up a little bit? Yeah, just do normal light for a quick second.
Sorry, I opened up my notes for stuff you shit in here.
That's fine.
If anybody wants to look at the new improved scales as well,
Skamos.
take it and pass it out.
His fate was not good for him after
What
he
did we
killed
see
many
last time?
local
Horse.
hordes.
Where we run into him?
You don't know him. It's from the first time we tried my
Oh.
campaign. So some of you,
Well,
Don't know.
I think pretty much everyone doesn't know besides, I think Josh.
Me, Max, and Quinn.
Yeah, Josh, Max, and Quinn. This was Mason.
It was
Butler's
Mason's
character.
oh, was he?
Yeah.
And he was one on a rampage of killing
It was like one of the first.
prostitutes.
It was one of the first sessions he invited a bunch of prostitutes in his room and just killed them.
That's true.
It's like,
That's true.
It's like a real.
And then Mason couldn't play anymore, so I decided to play scales for the 4 sessions that we made that campaign, and then
died.
I already bought the MIDI.
Shit.
Cool.
I'm gonna use seeming again.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm gonna make it appear that I have like flames.
How long does seeming last?
It lasts
8
8 hours.
hours.
Oh.
So
Well, you all still would have been in seeming that entire time. Even through the entire thing. So as you come through, you're still in seeming besides you.
besides me. Okay.
You can go back to that.
Oh, purple. I'm going to or I guess it doesn't even say it goes away.
Seeming?
No. Like I don't
Probably
know.
just lasts that 8 hours.
So like if I do it again, would I get rid of them?
You could change it from them if you wanted to cast it again.
Yeah.
But they're all still looking like devils.
Okay.
You're not.
All
No, I'm
horn
not.
devils.
So I'm gonna just leave it. I'm gonna. Sorry, I'm trying to find my spells. My spells see what I have.
It's almost been a month. Gotta refresh your list there.
Well, I'm trying to see what I do. Okay. I'm just gonna kind of be right here, and I'm gonna quick. I think I have 2 torches.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna light 2 torches, and I'm gonna kind of put them in the back of my my shirt, so they're sticking out, lighting my back. My hands getting a little warm. And I will.
Do you devils speak common?
And on the outside of the door, you just hear.
Getting pretty mad at us, guys. I can speak on your behalf, perhaps. What do you want to say to them? I can speak
Let
for
them know that I serve Talus. That they are to escort me out of here. And that you are all my servants. If they choose to not do so, Talus will strike them down. As I have biddings to destroy a dragon on the outside of this mountain.
Fucking calling that shit.
So anybody else who wrongs him, give them the code, let them in, and tell them what they must do.
Yeah, alright, so we have Talus's new servant here, and Talus has ordered us to guide him to the dragon that's fucking up our mountain because we're gonna kill him, and then that you guys have to get out of the way or Talus is gonna kill you.
Make a persuasion or deception.
They're both gonna be ass.
Because you're telling the truth, they're also lying.
Yeah, I have +0 in both.
You're admitting.
Oh, nice.
14.
14. And you hear back from these devils.
Let us in. We decide who serves Talus and who doesn't.
I'm gonna fuck these names up if they try to fight us.
If you remember the door, say the code word.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, just say the code word if you open the door.
Well,
What's the code, you fool?
let them in. They want to come in. They said they're gonna decide.
We'll kill them if needed. Let them in.
Speak nipple and enter.
And the minute or the second that
I did think Gooch at one point.
the second Brecken says nipple, you see kind of that image or that glimmer on this door fade, and you hear, and the door, and the ice devils march in. And the second that they march in, Sylvan, they look at you, and they look up, and you all hear,
So tiny, God.
and you hear,
So he wasn't lying.
and you hear, and you see them step aside.
What did they say?
Oh, they said I wasn't lying. I wasn't lying.
Tell them to escort
But
us.
the way they were looking and talking, I think he got an attachment.
Everybody come back down.
Can I walk downstairs?
Now, if you wouldn't be so kind as to guide us out of here, we have a lot of work to do for our master.
We are opposed to watch.
And he kind of points the spear.
Out is that way.
Are we finished in this cave, or did we come here to destroy something?
I think we made it about as far as we can without losing ourselves.
Let's check it.
Well, I know we were trying to destroy the source.
Or can I ask you what is in that mansion or whatever? That is what we passed.
You know, you went to the cave to kind of drive out this scourge, this infection, and no one escaped.
I don't think we did that.
Oh, we're on the other side.
We are the infection. My bad boy arc.
So like as we're like passing by, I'll just kind of nonchalantly be like, so, you know, what's in this other building over here? I've never been in it myself, but I've always wondered.
Make a persuasion check.
15. I'm doing that raw.
Raw dogging it.
Just raw dogging her.
That is forsaken knowledge. Only to master.
Yeah, I think he did mention that to me once. Now he said that. Okay. That place is for sacred knowledge. Only for master.
And are you guys outside of the temple now, or?
So we're kind of kicking it around the whole
Yeah, we can go outside.
Yeah, we'll start wherever he pointed. We'll start walking out that
We
way.
got a dragon to find.
Gotcha. And so you guys head out, and once you're past the temple doors, they bear them again. And yeah, you guys kind of pop out over yonder, and here you are.
So, follow me, let's see its test work.
And I'm gonna start walking down, and we're gonna try to make our way to the big crystal.
Yep. So you guys kind of pop down. You eventually kind of find the kind of the vein that leads to that giant crystal, and you see around it a bunch of chain devils still yanking up on it, horn devils flying around it, spiked and barbed devils just huddling around this giant crystal. And they all kind of stop as you guys approach. And at first, you see a few of them look aggressive towards the rest of your party members, Sylvan. But the minute they look at you, they look down and they look up. And they kind of almost cower.
Do I look like I see anything?
Make a perception check.
8.
You see the roof of the mountain, kind of the base of it, and not much else.
So, Sylvan, what is this contract of yours? Do you know
No,
any details?
not many know.
You did sign
I signed it.
Again, a bunch of devils kind of.
We feel normal and the same.
No, I feel it burning inside of me.
Motivated. Good.
I gotta figure out how to rid this place of the scourge. So we can take this news to Farnak. Try to gain our own legendary items. The question is, how do you do that? Is Octavius the answer? Is this crystal the answer?
I believe that what we just encountered was probably who he was speaking about.
I don't think that Talos has anything to do with the scourge here. I believe that he might have
Found it.
he founded the babies were a sacrifice for the demons, but I don't think he created the scourge. I think that they just made an offering for whatever he had to give.
Him working with the queen is what makes me think he's with the scourge.
I'm not saying he's not with the scourge, but I don't think he's the head honcho.
it. Might be Octavius.
I think it's gotta be, because he was the one who donated the babies. In order to summon all these things.
Right. So
Now, where the hell is that guy?
I don't know where he went. You saying that? What's his name? Talon?
Talos, I mean.
Talus.
Talus.
Saying that Talus.
T-A-L-I-S. Talus.
Talos.
Talus and Octavius they were working together, but you're saying they're separate sides.
I think, yes. Because I think that Octavius made a deal. This is just my own perception. Like Octavius made a deal with Talus, got the bodies, the babies, got what he wanted, now he's finished.
Probably do have
Could be
anything
wrong.
Octavius is on you?
Why would he want the sword?
See, I'm thinking that legend, that could have been a part, because I feel like I remember somebody tell me, could be key. I feel like somebody told me that each legendary item belonged to a side, I thought.
A fallen
A fallen something.
demigod, soldier.
You make a history check.
Like a champion.
Anybody can on this too.
Yeah.
I think it was a champion.
What was like the Titans and the
18?
Because it was all the sides.
16?
18?
Bloody 20.
16, 16.
Bloody 20.
You can make one too.
9.
1.
One. Oh, God. Yeah, you don't. You're rambling. You're just spitting out
I don't
random
think.
facts that you kind of remember. With the 16s, you remember that they were part of the war, but it doesn't really ring a bell. With your 18, Alcor, you remember that they are specifically called artifacts of the Fracture War. The Slutty 20, you know and remember that it's not necessarily demigods or champions of a god. They were things bestowed upon anybody deemed worthy during the war, created by all three sides of the war, by the prime deities, by the Titan gods, and the old gods. The ones that are known are mostly artifacts from the Titan gods. And you don't know why those are the only ones that are known about. You don't know anything about any other artifacts or relics of any sorts from any other gods, but you think that these are from at least somewhat mostly the Titan gods and whoever maybe their allegiances are.
Over there, God.
Sylvan, I don't know if you're going to agree with me, but you are now aligned with this devil. I don't believe you are the person to be carrying the other parts of the artifact.
I'm not aligned. Those biddings.
Still seems like a conflict of interest to me.
I believe maybe we can give it to Torin to hold on to for now.
I think we might have fucked up giving him to him in the first place. He said he's waiting on his queen to be ready for something, and the only thing he was willing to give up for a soul were the parts of the sword. I think that is the key to bringing her back.
It's either
I think
give him or get sold and killed.
Yeah,
Or
well,
Bradley up.
the other thing is that at that point we have to determine what's the weights, because we're not leaving that situation in a winning scenario. We have to just pick the better of two evils.
So would you
We've
actually
already
give me?
very much surmised that for whatever role Bradley plays, it's important. And if we get Bradley up, we don't know the significance of that.
Right.
Just 2 staff artifacts. Right.
We either lose two men,
Yes, I think.
or we lose a sword and a partial contract.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I think what we do is, whatever happens with this contract, it'll be me. We must keep focusing on what is at hand. And we know who Talus works for. So
Which does
eventually,
confirm one of the
we
things we
continue on
thought.
our path, and I continue to do good things. I'm going to continue to go against her. Doesn't matter. Eventually, our paths will align, and I will slay down Talus and the Queen myself.
We'll just
And
have
I
to
will
make
rid
sure,
myself of this madness.
just have to make sure that your good doings outdo the bad, if we can.
I don't know when I'm going to get some again. It's going to happen again.
As far as the scourge goes, this has to be the source, no?
I have no goddamn clue.
And this is the closest thing I've seen to what could possibly be a source, if there is one. But how do we...
Crystals have some sort of significance. We know they're acting in bad faith. I think this is probably a good start.
How many? Are we still watching the crystal? Like people working?
Yeah, I'm assuming as this is going on, you guys are kind of conversing and kind of looking around at the same
How many
time.
people?
So everyone make a perception check.
16. Nice.
Oh,
That's also
so
that
16.
point.
16.
I'm getting 23.
24.
Jeez. We're fucking locked in low.
So nat 20s, and we'll just say everyone sees this as you guys all converse and point it out.
Oh, shit.
While you guys are talking, you see a few devils, not at the rate at what it was happening, but a very few are pulling themselves. You see kind of devilish Venus hands come from the bottom of the cave floor, latch themselves, and are pulling themselves up near this crystal. Devils, chain devils specifically, are continuing to try and pull this crystal farther up, but the rate at which they're doing it has slowed down tremendously. And at the base of the crystal, you almost see it pulsing with this purple, and the pulse ripples across the cave floor. That purple energy.
How many? So if we have an estimate of how many people,
Right around you is probably like 30.
maybe we should just help get the crystal out. What's worth this?
We had to destroy it.
And everyone, and the devils around you are kind of just sitting there staring at you.
And what's the big thing holding it up?
The big thing holding what up?
Like is it like cranes or is it like?
So chain devils have like just chains, then they're latched onto this crystal, and they kind of have it in a way where they're in a system where the chains loop around it, connect towards the bottom, and they're yanking it up and pulling it out of the ground.
You just bust the chains, let it fall back down.
And we run like hell.
Is there,
Or fly.
when
Like a
like
bird.
looking down into the, like kind of where the crater is, if you want to call it that, is there like a significant amount of height that's above it, or is it like just kind of like not really like that high off the ground?
Wait, for what you're saying?
The big crystal.
Yeah, I mean the crystal is probably 30 feet in the air right now.
30 feet tall.
Yeah.
Not in the air, just
Yeah, just 30 feet tall. And Torn, make a history check.
8.
Yeah, you can't quite put your mind on what the crystals looked like out in the wasteland after Felrock laid waste to them. But you know he did destroy them somehow.
Well, maybe we just tell him about.
What if electricity has some sort of effect on it?
We could all hit the crystal with different types of magic all at once. It's not gonna be bludgeoning or piercing.
Or we just tell Felrock, hey, we found it. Get down here.
No, but I think we need to do it ourselves
So you,
as a bonding piece.
Just a question: if the devils recognize you as one of their own, won't Felrock smell the same on you?
He might.
Won't it be dangerous if we go back to him?
Not scared of him.
I do agree that we could destroy this if that's what Balrog was doing out there. But again, this is significantly bigger than anything he would have shot out there. It's gonna take a tremendous amount of power to get this thing to break.
Not to mention once we start on it, we'll be swarmed.
could someone yell at them to stop?
I don't know if I have that much power. They're just not attacking me, at least.
I believe Sylvan, just the way that they're looking at him, I believe he carries some sort of darkness with him, representative of Talus. Probably means he's watching us.
I think we're just gonna cause more problems trying to do anything right now.
I agree.
I believe we should leave here.
Create a strategy.
And if we're leaving, I mean, then we just leave town, put it down.
Doris, remind me, who was out with you when you met the chieftain with the piece of the lieutenant that actually took, which is phylactery with you?
Well, we had the phylactery. That was all
of you?
Yeah, it was all of us. When I went the first time.
Was it
That was the second
same time that he pulled out pieces of the...
Because I went first, gave it to him. He said he was going to research it. We went back at the Lich. He talked to us, and then that was all of us. And then the third time I went is when we went back in there and we told them that we got rid of Grobo, we got rid of Salvador, and that kind of stuff.
First time was on your own.
I was there one time. Remember,
You were with me the second time as you were just
I was like a.
there.
I think I was with you the first
I was
time.
an owl.
Yeah, because you were the representative of
So one,
Okay,
you're
so-
the first.
I was there because
second
they gave
time.
me a pot of fey honey or something.
And I think you were the third time.
Okay. So I will give you two both a history check on the times that you were there, because during that time, the crystals or this corrupted ore had been presented. So you can make a history check or an arcana check if you remember. We'll say history check first.
I got 11 history.
11.
11.
11. What you remember from the chieftain was when he brought out that corrupted ore and was telling you the properties that they found out about it. You remember that he sent priests. You can make an arcana check. 13. You remember from your time that there are definitely needs to be magic involved to destroy it, return it back to its properties prior to do something.
I think we wouldn't need magic, but I'm not sure if it's just blunt force. Maybe a spell, like a greater restoration, something like that.
When he was talking to me about what they had found about it, he mentioned priests and some kind of
They're clerics.
clerics, or some kind of involvement with more holy magic, if we want to call it that. But I don't know where the fuck we're gonna find that here without going back to town and bringing people back here.
They've never been.
Like you're saying, cleansing the ore.
Almost, yeah, in a way. We've got the ability of that, I think, on this party.
We just want to get out of town.
Yes. I believe our stay in this island has gone too long. I suggest we hit ship and we sail out to somewhere else. There is only but evil that stands here, and it worries me that it's going to attack Sylvan even more.
Well, and on top of that, we were only doing this to get that last piece, which again, obviously, would be very helpful in what we're trying to obtain. But at the end of the day, I just don't see how this is going to be possible without us bringing back people from the town. And even in the event that we do bring people back from the town, we're going to have to fight through God knows how many of these devils to get them here. Plus, they're going to have time to be able to do said magic on this very large piece of
Maybe
cursed
that's what we
rock.
need to do is come back with somewhat of an army to give us time to concentrate whatever it is we figure out on this rock.
The other thing we're also working with, though, is that we're on borrowed time from Parrybrooks. Once we leave, we're not going to have enough time to come back before he also becomes a problem.
What if he knows about what we found? More information, he might be willing to give us more time.
I think he knows that we know, but I think at this point it was more of a bargaining chip for us to be able to use that in our advantage to get something from him. Not to say that he doesn't think he can deal with it himself, but again, at the end of the day, then that means that we're not going to gain anything from just cleansing this.
We could cast message to the chieftain. Somebody found a giant ore that's currently being mined, and we can make it sound like it's in danger, and
We could try.
we could ask if he could provide us the way to cleanse it.
Again, the only thing I fear though at that point is that we were the only ones given passage by Parrybrooks, and anybody that comes out close to the mountain is going to be met with him.
It was pretty stingy even about letting us in the
I'll
first
just
place.
I'll cast sending,
At least we try. If he doesn't respond, then we just leave.
and I'll just Chieftain, found a giant crystal. Trying to figure out how to destroy it. How did you manage to do so? What advice do you have?
He speaks up almost immediately. You need holy magics. Get rid of the curse, and it will become whole again as it once was. If you have anybody who can rid or restore or heal, that seems to do the trick.
Try casting again, spirit on it, maybe.
Seems like their restoration.
So you guys are moving away from Big Crystal at this point? You guys kind of said that you were moving out, but kind of didn't, so.
Oh, sorry, are we moving out? We can move
I
out.
think we're kind of working.
That's
You
right.
guys were
Let's
kind
just
of like
communicate.
We do
half-ass
whatever.
moving out, kind of not, so you let me know.
No, we'll just move out. I missed that part.
Say we're taking our time walking along the cavern wall while you're conversing or something.
And you do see like forms of this sort of corrupted material and crystalline ore as you're moving around this place. I mean, it's pretty much riddled with it, but that definitely seems to be a large piece of it. It seems to be doing some sort of magic to bring things here and help corrupt, and but you kind of do that with Arcana checks and stuff. So.
And you guys know
Try.
that like this was a cave, like a true cave system at one point, but now the ground is kind of spongy and there's kind of these crystals and different like fauna that's in there that's not natural to the cave of what it once was.
Should we try it and then go, or should we just...
Worst thing that we can do is you try it and nothing happens, then we have our answer.
Sounds good.
That's about our only option.
Casting
How
spirit
far
on
would you say I am from the closest point of that?
Of the crystal?
Yeah.
Well, That's just. I mean, how far have you guys
Like
moved
40
away from
feet.
it? I mean,
Yeah. I just don't know how big the whole place is, and
oh, I mean, this place is pretty large.
Yeah, this place is massive.
so you're gonna say then we probably didn't leave full yet.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Very good.
Okay. So yeah, I'll cast healing spirit and just try to aim it right in the crystal and hit it.
How far is your spell?
60 feet.
Okay, so you just want to place it anywhere near or
Near
on
the
the crystal?
crystal, yeah.
Okay, so you cast Healing Spirit. And when you do so, how many rounds is it?
6.
6 rounds, and how much health does
It
it typically give?
goes
1d6.
Yeah, 1d6.
So 1d6 for 6 times?
Yes.
So 66. Roll 66 for me.
Just gonna do these 2 times. 5, 14, 16, 20.
20. As you cast this Healing Spirit, and you sort of chant and you do your magic, and it kind of spills out, and this Healing Spirit comes forth as sort of this druid with the staff. It sort of like goes and reaches for the crystal as you command it. And when you feel the pulses, this green energy tries to fill around it, and it gets so far to a point, and it stops. And it almost seems like something is trying to take hold of the crystal again. And those parts of the crystal fall away into like crystal dust. And you see, in the moment of whatever you had done, it wasn't quite enough to fill the entire thing. So what piece that it did take, it healed and it crumbled.
Want me to hit it again?
I think you may need to
But-
use a stronger spell.
But
Maybe
as,
like Creative
as you do
Restoration.
so, as you do so, the chain devils and other devils that were around the crystal at the time sort of stop, and they all start and they start speaking, hollering, and they kind of are looking around, and you're sort of like just finishing up, and they all like looking at you now, as part of this crystal had just emitted some weird green glow and fell apart, and they're looking in your direction.
Okay. I'll cast heal, and then I'm gonna get ready to tail out of it afterwards. I think. At least myself. So I'll use heal. It's 70 points of
On the crystal?
Yeah.
All right.
What's the range on that?
60 feet.
Oh, 60
Okay, so you're still right at the end range, and so you go and cast heal, and you need to make me an Arcana check.
Oh, you pussy. Not great. 7.
With a 7, you have a hard time concentrating. Usually, you have a being and a person and something to heal, and you have a hard time grasping like an inanimate object that seems to have life, whether it's through a soul that you're normally used to healing versus magic. So as you kind of like reach towards it, you kind of place your healing spell on it, and you all notice as Torin goes into this sort of like trance for a second as he casts heal, and this entire crystal glows green with a big pulse, and you see one large chunk of it just topples over and just dislodges itself from this large part of it, and it stops glowing and just looks like a normal purple crystal. And then now there are about hundreds of devils just and then they start fucking chasing after you.
To which I'm assuming you guys are on your way out.
Yes, sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the trick. I will.
How big is the crystal?
It was 30 feet tall.
The part that broke off. Sorry.
It was probably like a good 12 by
it's fucking
6
big.
piece, like just chunk, 12 foot by 6 feet wide.
Okay, I'm gonna conjure owls. I'm just gonna conjure enough for all this.
Okay.
So, 8 owls, and then You will start to get ready to go.
I'll throw my card.
Yeah, and so you guys all see Torin kind of shoot this healing beam over at this crystal. The crystal collapses on the one beam sticking out, and after that, you guys all hear the howls as it's marching towards Torin. And from that, you see him hightailing it back closer to you guys, and he's in the middle of casting a spell, and right in front of you, owls apparate, and I'm assuming everyone's gonna want to hop on and.
Okay, what is your AC?
Biggie bouncing.
121.
No, that's your health.
No.
Yeah, that'd be
21.
sweet.
21.
21. Okay. 2 will hit. So you're going to take 16 points of piercing damage as 6 barbed devils shoot something at you, and only 2 of them hit. We're going to go 3 more on, let's say, Doris, a 23.
Yep.
Okay, so only 1 hits. You will take 8 points of piercing damage. Elcor. Wow. 23. No, sorry, 24 and then an nat 20.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay, so 7 so far. 9. 7, 9, and 7 is 23. 23 points of damage. Piercing. 2 more. 15, I reckon.
Does not hit.
That was 2 shitty rolls. 2 bad rolls. Oh my god. Bradley, it's 14.
It's gonna smack him still.
Smack! 6 points of piercing damage, and last but not least. Actually, no. They would not attack you.
Not me.
And that is them chasing after you, shooting some of their barbs at you as you are fleeing.
Yeah, I guess we'll probably dash as quick as we can to get out.
And I'm assuming with owls, you are faster than they can catch up. So at that point, you all feel some barbs hit you. You actually see one of the owls that is not actually carrying somebody ends up perishing. As usually, what you do is you use one of your owls as a diversion, as a Tauran nature does, and they kind of blocks your way from them being able to hit you anymore as you flee. You guys take off into the night sky, or take off out of the cave. You all notice that while you've been in this cave, it has definitely been a day plus. Elcor, you understand that it probably has been about 28 hours since you have been in this cave. That leaves you with 8 more hours to be in that cave.
Correct.
Okay. What would you all like to do?
Yeah, I'll wait till I'm assuming we get to a point outside a safe point outside the cave. Is that correct?
Yep. And you're all still flying in the air. You still probably have, there for how long? An hour, right? You still probably have 50 minutes on them.
Okay. You get out of the cave, and it is a nice sunny day out in Parrybrooks.
Oh, that's much better than the hell we were just in.
Yeah.
Based off the sun, I believe we've spent most of our time. We've about 8 hours left. We don't want to do anything else, but I don't know if you want to speak with Aldernock again. I'm a little nervous about that.
And that is also counting the other cave that you had entered with Bradley.
Right.
Just so you know.
We can tell him what we found.
I think he already knows.
I think he counted us too.
I mean, we could tell him that we were able to dislodge and destroy a good portion of what we thought was the main vein.
He said a creature he was talking about, not a crystal.
Or probably the arch.
Octavius, it's gotta be. Right?
It's either Octavius or Talus.
It's Talus.
I guess
It's gonna be
Octavius.
tough.
It might be Talus that he's speaking about because he was still here.
Well,
Talus is the one that wants Feldernock dead, right?
I think it's a dragon. I don't know if it's Feldernack or the bigger one.
Well, the other thing is though is that when he was talking and the wound he had was a gash that was on his wing. I don't know as much about magic as you casters do, but I don't know I've never seen of anything that would leave a wound that big on a dragon of Feldernock size, but the fucking trident that he was wielding could definitely probably do that.
It's a very good point, guys.
Context clues.
Then yes, it might be Talus.
And we saw Talus in the cave, which
Yeah, it's gonna be.
He's not going to be happy then if he sees that you have this marking or are his servant now.
Yeah. Okay, who's got the glasses? Somebody with the
I
glasses.
think he does.
Turn them on and see if you can see something.
He's wearing them right now, actually. You didn't notice?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have those things.
I think I gave him to somebody. I think I gave him to you. Oh no, I didn't. Okay.
Oh, look up.
You look at Sylvan, and he tells you to look up. You don't see anything right away, but when you look at him, you see like almost seems like if someone were to take a light underneath a blanket, like a flashlight, and that sort of like there's a glow, but it's not like a full light that you see. You see that right on his rib cage, like almost poking out of his clothing. You take the glasses off and they're not there, but when they're on. You don't see anything above them, you don't see anything else, you just see this glow.
I can see a giant figure of Talus behind you.
Oh my gosh.
God.
I'm joking.
I ripped that aside.
You look pretty much normal. Little light.
No,
Little light in your ribs.
I do feel warm there.
Do you?
Yes.
Yeah, nothing crazy.
What do you guys think? Should we go back to town?
I feel like our options at this point are pretty.
Either head out or talk to the dragon or just leave.
I'm not sure what else there is to tell.
I
No, we're
agree.
not. I mean, what else
Unless
there
we
to
get
do?
something
I think if it is Talus that we are sure is his issue, then we were telling him something he already knows.
We'll just head out.
I think we need to get more information about what's going on here before we take the next action. I believe if we go to another island, we may be led to
Something.
another part or
I was thinking.
another piece of this puzzle that we're going to see.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
I'm okay with that too. It's not like we can't come back. Hopefully it's still here.
We should head to the ship, tell the boys, get it ready, and head off.
And if Sylvan's hunch is right about Octavius making that deal, he probably would not be lingering here no longer.
I agree
I
with
don't
that.
think so.
Do you have any ideas where we want to go next?
No, there's a couple needs.
My only guess is that if he's in deep with the slave trade for his supply of humans and other beings, that he would go to wherever maybe the next concentration is.
That would be in
Let me look.
Bar?
Can we get the world map again?
Possibly Vastmar.
Vastmar.
The other thing is we have another good lead on, I believe it's Basmar, of that town that,
Where did your father say he was going?
Saxondale,
I
yes.
believe I'm going to do a history, but I believe it's, or is it Nonagon? Not Nonagon? I'm going to keep
Make a history check.
11.
You remember he said that. Bottom of it. Oh, nice. You remember him saying that Nadgadon is a place of your people, but most of your kin that are left, the very few that are there, are on Far Island.
I did get called back to Totalis.
Is that an island?
Yeah.
And what was on Totalis again? We had Saxondale, but what was the significance
His
of
mother.
Saxondale?
Oh,
Saxondale, I can't remember.
that's where
You want to make a history check, Sylvan?
Yeah.
that's where Sylvan's brother was sent.
Yeah, I know where my. That's. I was just looking at that.
Yeah.
But I just. I
Well,
can't remember where it is.
Parrybrooks, right?
Yeah.
10.
I think it was Vastmar, wasn't it?
For what?
Saxondale.
Roll a history check, Sylvan.
Oh, 10. 10.
Oh, You know, you got those leads from that Salvador
Yeah.
kind of journal, and you saw kind of the log, and it was Vastmar and then Saxondale below it. So
Vastmar.
I'm fine going there. Anybody else have anything they need to see?
Is there any other loose ends that we need to tie up here before we bounce for a while?
So we're going to Vastmar.
Vastmar.
Should we not be too far travel?
For Parrybrooks?
Yes. We're on right here, so we'd have to probably sail around, go up near the mountains again.
I would say Far Island is where my father is and the people, but I don't know, I guess, what we really can use with them right now. I talked to them, but...
There were 3 of them. Because you remember this note that I got?
What does that say?
It says your father was presumed to be dead. Wars broke out, and Totalis and your father and his army was called to arms. I was 3 months ill with no return, not a single warrior came back. Return home, my son, your clan needs a ruler. I need you, I have nothing left now. Hope you're safe.
It's from your mother.
It's her mother.
Do you think the war could have anything to do with the demons?
My only thought.
Sylvan, do you know the spell teleportation circle?
No, I used to.
But you could,
I changed it.
so we could instantly go to Totalis, but I guess we do have a lot of crew members to look out for.
Yeah, I probably want to.
Let's sail for Vastmar, and I mean it's towards Totalis. I think that is our best route.
We could go to Vastmar and then hit Totalis more in that area.
Oh. Sorry, this is way off topic. What resource do we need from there?
That's right.
From Vastmar to Totalis.
Oh.
Gosh.
What was Redwood Row?
That was in Far Island, I believe.
That's where Druid, there's some
That's.
Druids there.
Are you speaking for the
Why
shop?
is it stored in my quest log?
We need gold from Kingsmain, correct?
Yeah, I think I have something.
Redwood Row. Far Island was Druids.
Redwood, Far Island, Marble from the Razorback Mountains, Kingsman Gold, Vastmar Bodyguards, Totalis Stone.
There's a Titan.
Totalis Stone. You said Vastmar what?
Vastmar Bodyguards.
Yes, to protect the shop. He says the best soldiers are built in Vastmar.
Something to do with Titans on Far Island as well. Or Redwood Forest.
Sounds that's right. The ones he was looking for.
The ones that he wanted are from Vastmar.
Well, I say we set sail, go that way. I feel like if there's any island we go to, there'll be something.
Start this shit. Farm, maybe a place to go as well. Redwood Row Forest.
The only thing I think
Probably just where the druids are.
Yes. The other thing is, though, not saying that I'm trying to use this as a reason to go to Far Island, just evaluating options. That if what we found out about the Titans and knowing that your lineage comes from there, if we're trying to align ourselves or grab any assistance from the Titans or figure out more from there, then Far Island would probably be the next best bet.
So make a history check for me too, as the talk of Far Island keeps coming up.
Oh, bees!
He's a bee.
Okay, my history.
Oh, 21.
Nice. You know, kind of with your talks of the Keeper of Mage's Mouth on Parrybrooks, you know that he came from Far Island, which is the origin of music, and specifically from a shop called Mutes.
Do we, looking at this map, can we judge how far a sail would be from, like, how long it would take to get us, like, an educated guess from, like, Parrybrooks to Far Island compared to, like, Vastmar? Just at least distance.
Make an intelligence check. Straight intelligence.
I'm smart. But that's a bad roll.
He's a smart man.
12.
Well, I guess you're all kind of like helping, so if anybody wants to give guidance or roll themselves, you can do that too. But I'll give you advantage if someone rolls it.
Would I have any sort of insight on that? No, since I'm
Okay, so if you're from Far Island, if you're asking about distance from here to Far Island, you can roll with advantage for that specific thing. But if you're helping him just to gauge everything, then one of you would roll with advantage. Well, he would roll with advantage. If you're just wanting to look from Parrybrooks to Far Island, you can definitely do that on your own for advantage.
What do you think's better?
Just do that one.
Just intelligence?
Yep, straight intelligence roll.
We got advantage.
But Elcor, you also actually.
Nice.
2
teens.
19. Without even really needing any help, you know from Parrybrooks to Far Island, it's only a few days travel. Parrybrooks and Far Island are the two closest islands together. With a 19, you get that immediately. 3 days, straight shot, pretty easy. Don't really have a vast sea for any reason to like travel across. With a 13, you realize on the map that you have during your travels that the map key has been a little worn in that little space of your map, so it's kind of tough to gauge. With his help, 13 going 3 days to Far Island, it was a week's travel from Oldstead.
Okay. So we could judge about at least 2 weeks, around 2 weeks to Bassmore.
But
keep in mind,
you also heard from them that during their travels that there was something that had slowed them down that was against
we got a sail too.
and
we added a sail.
And you added a sail. And
Give my abacus.
you'd hope that it would possibly take a little bit less time to get to Oldstead now with the sail and having a little bit more experience. You have more crew members. So take it that you must that it probably would have taken a full week if they hadn't something slow them down and what they have now.
I would judge that it would take a little bit over a week to get to Bassmore.
I think the Far Islands since we're here.
That is a very rough judge.
I think though.
I'm going to say the DM on that.
I think though that with
10.
that being said, that if we're in this area, I don't think it necessarily makes sense. If we think that we have leads on all the islands, that if we go to Far Island, we do it while we're here, versus going to Bassmar, finding something, and then being like, oh fuck, we got to go back to Far Island.
I say we go to Far Island. I can talk to my people.
I can if I can find a teleportation circle here in Far Island, as long as I know what it looks like and it is, I can then use it and teleport to another place as well.
I guess So when I took teleportation circle that little time, and I wrote down the sequence of my home. Do I still like know that?
So what do you mean by you had it but you don't anymore?
Because I don't. I got rid of the spell.
As in like you
It's
like
just
leveled
not
up and
prepared.
took.
I leveled up and I got rid of teleportation.
He could change his spell when he levels
Yeah.
up. Because me is different. I have so many spells I know, and then I just prepare them.
Right, I understand. But I just didn't know that. I understand. Okay, now I get what you mean.
What did you say?
Technically,
every day can pick new spells.
Yeah.
yes, because you technically would have had it for a full level and then
Yeah.
decided to get rid of it that you didn't want it anymore.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you could relearn teleportation circle if you wanted to because you already took the time to learn it.
Okay. So like since I have like this in my thing, I could show him these sigils.
So thing is, like for him just to show him, you would almost have to draw it for him. Like almost like you're about to do teleportation circle yourself.
Right.
And then he would have to like
do it,
study you doing that. So it would take some time, but yeah, he could
do it. Yeah, I guess yeah.
Because that would be like learning it.
Okay, I think we have a plan.
Yes, let's go to Far Island.
Go to Far Island.
Go to Far Island while we're here.
You can do all the druid thing.
Find what we need, and then after that we've already done. At this point we would have done all the islands on the eastern side of the map, and then it only leaves one side of the map left to go, which is the north and the west.
But I do have the sigil sequence of Kingsmane as well, so we can always use that if we need to.
Did you find one in Parrybrooks?
Yes, I do have the one in Parrybrooks, actually in the Oasis where I came from. There's one. Sanctuary, sorry.
That's good. It is an oasis.
It was green, that's why I said Oasis.
I think in the act of being efficient, I think going to Far Island makes the most sense. I agree.
Yeah, that's where we're at.
Is there anything else we need to do before we leave?
I might just go speak with the chieftain and let him know that this is what the plan is. Not saying that's going to change anything, but just telling him this is what we found, this is what we did.
I would suggest just writing him a letter. We can save time that way.
And he's always been kind of a dick.
He was not fond of us last time we were there.
Or we could just send. We can have you send to him.
Yeah,
I
let's
do that.
do that.
Let's do that.
I agree. Let's get back to the ship then.
So yeah, I guess we'll head back to the Hawk and
Right, you start making your way back into the city. Now, you've been traveling for about 50 minutes on owls. It doesn't take you, it takes you a little bit longer to get to the ship from there. You could have possibly gotten about 30 minutes walk to Stone Spire if you went straight across like you normally do.
Any chance we can pull Dorias out? I can turn into an owl, carry 2.
I can carry another on my carpet here.
Yeah, we can get Dorias out. That's no problem.
If we're far enough away. So I'm gonna let's land quick and then reassemble. So I'm gonna take a perception and try to look at a good spot to land.
Okay. It's open in this area, so you can land safely anywhere.
Okay, we'll land and then I will.
I'll hop with Bradley. You got Brecken until he's those two.
Okay. Yeah,
all right. And as you do that, you guys take off, flying over the city of Stonespire and Statskoy. Now I will let everybody make a perception check as you fly over.
4.
18. All right. With a nat 20. As you are kind of closest to Stonespire, you kind of take off. You see into the city that there are some buildings that have been torn down in recent days that you had not seen prior. One that you remember that had been burnt. With a lot of you in it, if not all of you in it. You see that has been completely like ransacked, cleaned up, fine. You also notice that not both. You see Grobo's shop had actually been torn down. You see like it had been demolished by sorts. And you actually see around Salvador's, people are thriving. It almost looks like people are like partying around what once was Salvador's shop or Salvador's home instead. And you notice that it seems like there is more of an established. That is in Statskoy. I meant to say Statskoy, not Stonespire.
Yeah.
There is more of an establishment of the centaurs. Still of orcs, but there's more guard roaming through the city, and it seems like although the people are still downtrodden, the people are still not rich, it seems like there is something to what you've done in that part of the city for good. You notice that there are people walking around not skittish, not as if they're fending for their life at all points in time. You also see that the arena had gotten a bit of an upgrade. There's still blood everywhere. Still seems like there are some sort of battles that people don't want to let go of. But you see that there is some push of it becoming more civilized into Stonespire. So you understand that that has been good. And you see a brazier lit atop of the temple in Stonespire. As you make your way to the ship, you also notice that there is no longer a ship flying the colors of the tide next to yours. Seems like they have departed at the time. But you go to your ship and you have a shit ton of people working on the dock of your ship right now, and you kind of see somebody kind of pointing up towards you all as you are making your way back down.
We're back.
Nice.
Okay. Everybody, ready to ship.
Ready to ship.
We're getting out of here.
We are setting sail at the far island. Prepare to depart immediately.
You heard the captain. Get your asses moving.
Okay, I will leave my
Welcome back, Captain.
form.
How's it going, Thorn?
Doing great.
Good.
Ship
How
was
the
getting in good order.
I'd love to hear it. I knew it would be just fine with you guarding it.
Tell you what,
Yes.
we did get a new fellow though.
Who?
Oh, it's that feral wizard fellow over there.
Oh,
Who we rescued.
You said you sent them.
With the wands? Or the one?
I didn't want to.
the guy with the wands. He's joining us. Did he say he was joining us?
Yes. Coulter, correct?
I didn't ask him his name. I don't want to go against the order.
Of course not, Thor.
Should we give me 2 seconds? I will find it.
And you actually see this wizard fella
for the shop. The items we have to
was
get.
gifted some robes. Kind of cleaned himself up. He actually didn't get rid of some of his old tattered robes. He actually kind of put those over top. And he kind of seems to have like a few goods that he must have procured that maybe the other shipmates had kind of given him. And yeah, he kind of sitting by himself at the bottom of one of the steps up towards the wheel, and he's just kind of sitting there, and he's just kind of like fiddling with some random stuff that he has, the little that he does.
On our ship, it seems. Welcome.
I did, yes. Wasn't very hard to find. You said you were pirates, and well, the rest of these ships don't have that banner flying, so.
Intelligent. We
You
need
see
that.
that nice banner right there? It's another flag.
And he's like, yes, I was just mentioning that.
No, not that one. The banners of the Mulgai flag.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Order of the Tide flag. That's what I assumed. Sorry.
No, well, the Order of the Tide has been around for a long time, I understand that, but yes, your specific flag. I mean, you're wearing badges.
It's very nice.
Coulter, may I ask you a question?
Yes.
I was inspecting this wand and I read something on it. It says, beware to those who open my chest, for I may not be your biggest threat. And it's signed Malcolm.
And he kind of like thinks to himself, I kind of like scratches his head. I feel I'm forgetting what that means.
And then it says, trust me, and then you have signed that part.
Yes, I don't remember a chest.
I just thought that was awfully odd and engraved in a wand like this. And might I ask, so I know there's different spells I can cast from this, but it seems like it's a little bit of random, is that correct?
Yes. When I was given the wand, when I was in school, there used to be the form of, what do you call them? And he like kind of like scratches his head again. It's like part of his intelligence isn't catching up to him yet. And he's, well, he kind of looks towards Torn. You're using one.
Staff?
Yes.
A spell focus.
A focus, yes. When you graduated from college as a wizard, you were given a wand, and you could impart your knowledge that you learned while you're learning as a student, and sometimes wands can be tricky. They can take to everything that you give into them, and sometimes they turn out to be something else. And when you start adding more features, and like my wand, I was able to add more spells. For whatever reason, the magic that I was able to hone and learn sometimes doesn't let me decide what I cast.
It sounds similar to you, Bradley, the wild magic.
The
Yes.
randomness. Yes.
Yes, and
It's a wild wizard.
sometimes wizards, when they were using their focus, they're putting their magic into their focus. That's how wild sorcery kind of became a thing. It affected them instead of their wands. But one, nonetheless, some sorcerers that became innate with the ability as a wild magic user still use the wand as a focus to at least direct their magic in a way, instead of me being able to use my spells through the wand. Well, thankfully, I didn't become a wild magic sorcerer. I just had a wand that was a little rampant sometimes. That was not my only wand either, but I also found out when other people use my wand, it affects them more than it does me. However, it has bonded to you. I can no longer use that.
Then I had a 21 on that insight, so not the whole thing he said, but like the part specific about not knowing what he wrote down or what that meant. But he told the truth about that.
Well, you insight on him. He's like, you can tell he's like trying to remember.
Okay.
Like he might know what it is. But it does seem to escape him. Like he's like, you see like there's a recognition there, but he's just like, I don't remember what that is. Like I don't. Again, it's kind of like as he's been reborn again, that he just part of what he remembered then isn't there yet.
As he says that, I'm going to take the wand, and seeing that I can cast shield, I'm going to try to focus shield through the wand and see if I can hone or like try to control any of that randomness. Knowing that I've casted shield plenty of times, like that's a spell.
Yeah. So you have to make an Arcana check, I believe. Let me see the one again.
Because basically, I think I roll a D100, but that's what's on the screen back.
Yeah, so it says trust me T.
Oh, trust me T. That's you too.
Then C. Yeah, and then he signed it as C. So also, it's Malcolm that signed "Don't open my chest."
Right, it was Malcolm on the top, right?
And then he said trust me T.
Right. Okay.
So just so you know, it's not culture that said that.
Gotcha.
But
it was that's how I said engraved on the wand. Is that what it is?
Oh, it's not engraved on the wand. It's a tag. It's a tag attached to the wand, like almost like a price tag, but it's
gotcha.
Yeah, so you need to make a Arcana check for me.
Okay. I stink. 12.
And as you do that, you use 2 of the. Wait, I'm confused. I made this so long ago.
Yeah, it's a little confusing. That's what I was asking.
Yeah, so it'd be like 0 or 1 to 10, 11 to 12 is shield, but like you have to save to do, like be able to control it, I think. Yeah, because you only get 8 charges, you can't use them. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
So I have to make a save to whether control it, and then if I fail, then it's random. Or it's just random all the time. I mean, it's not a big deal. You can figure that out later.
Yes, because it's a charge to use any of these. But then, yeah, if you don't save.
So since it was a 12, I would fail because the DC is 15.
Yeah. So then now you have to roll
the D.
D100.
Okay. Gotcha. That makes. Yeah. I thought it was just random all the time. And I was like, I would never use this one because I would it would just like I did a random one.
Yeah.
So I mean, it goes through 10. So I can just roll 1d10, right, and then just take the number.
Well, it's like up to that number. So it's like 1 to 11 is 1.
Gotcha. 11 so I rolled a 7. So I casted Hold Person.
So yeah, you cast Hold Person. You can cast Hold Person.
I'm gonna cast on Sylvan.
Oh. So you're sort of pointing it. You're kind of pointing the wand at you.
Oh, we just gotta beat my spell save.
So you go to cast Shield. And you kind of point the wand at you, and you kind of are not quite pointing it at you, and it points over your shoulder towards Sylvan. And at first you kind of like see Elcor doing this, and as he kind of casts it, you kind of like see the magic come at you. You kind of put up your hand, and you like fight off one person.
impossible to be held, person. I'm too good at it
I'm so
myself.
sorry, I was not trying to do that, Sylvan.
So yeah, the save DC to cast a spell and your save DC for the whole person is the same.
Same. Oh, 15 for
Or wait, no,
it'd be my
yours.
spell
It would be
because
yours,
I
yeah,
was
sorry.
casting the
Yeah,
spell.
it'd be yours. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So this thing is actually a lot better than what I thought it was. Okay. It's pretty damn good.
But as this was all going on, just a few of the crew members were kind of getting stuff set up for departure. You know, getting the new sails set, ropes in the right spot, and you can tell the vast majority of your crew has no idea what the fuck's going on, and they're honestly just getting in the way more than they're offering any help to, you know, get ready to depart.
Let me look at my sister real quick. How's Banner doing? Is he up there in the crow's nest?
He is not.
Banner!
What did you say your bands over there?
And you yell at Vanner, and Vanner starts like kind of like running up from underneath.
Buddy, we gave you homework. Told you to stay in the crow's nest. You weren't there.
I was down for like 5 minutes. I was eating.
Fine, I believe you. Keep studying. Stay down there. I'll watch up here tonight.
I'm sorry.
Here, take this. 2 gold.
I'm gonna look.
Take it, puts in the pocket, and he kind of like moseys back down.
Play there, figure it out.
Captain, I believe the ship is ready. Just give the word.
Good. Alright.
We'll pull her back.
Moff, Ginnon, you with Thorn. Keep an eye on what he does. You're to be his assistants on this trip.
Those are 2 doors.
Aye.
I'm gonna go.
That's what I would say, right? Aye.
I think so, yes.
Aye.
Laser, Mr. Helga, Toby. You guys are gonna be with Sigmund.
I'm disgraced what we have.
What is cool, so
You are gonna be with Doris.
What's Doris?
Doris is the man right there. He's commanding everybody. Whatever he commands people to do, you guys are gonna assist with that duty.
Scrubber. I can scrub really good.
We'll get some of that.
Give you more of an
I'm doing hammer it down.
Gauge, 0. You guys are set to go below deck. Man the cannons, learn from whoever's down there.
Can't remember who's down there now. I'll be happy with it.
Oh, sure. We got it.
Probably.
This is our money.
Yeah, because Sigma. Elcor doesn't.
That's why I was saying that.
Can we get Dominic? Can we get Encore roll?
Banner's up top.
Dennis, Simo, Kelzar, Halen, Polly, Skatooch, Layla, Jaft, Samaria, Esco, and Gotard. You guys are to make sure these sails are up and running. Watch the people who know what they're doing.
Watch me.
See them, watch, and go from there. We want you to learn fast. We're going to make this a quick and easy trip. Outside of when we're moving sails, you're to be cleaning, making sure things are clean. We need people cooking. If there's anybody here, can they cook?
And you see like 4 of them like kind of like look at each other, and they go, and they start running, and they all like run into
Stay
each
out
other.
the damn way. Take your time.
And
And
then
be efficient.
you see one of them go, I got a good taste for food. And you see this kind of plump belly more.
Get it? No, I said you were with Torin.
Fuck, I can get out of here.
I'm just kidding now. Okay, yes, you go back.
Alright, then I'm gonna.
Alright, pull the anchor. Dragonborn, you guys are strong. Help Doris pull it.
They're the ones with you. Yep. Let's go, boys.
And strike check.
I'm gonna cast Enhanced Ability on myself. I'm gonna up it a level and do it also on Sylvan for our checks coming up here.
Yep. Well, Sylvan, you can make one right now.
Slutty 20.
Slutty 20.
And then I'll start getting the sails ready.
So wait, what do I have, guys?
No, Enhanced Ability. So you get a plus.
Or advantage, right?
What would we say this is? 'Cause it's either advantage on strength, advantage on dex, advantage on. So it's pretty much advantage on whatever.
Yeah, this is just a ship check,
So you have
which is
advantage.
another form of like a.
Alright, so a 10.
You got advantage on that?
Yeah, I rolled a 15 minus 5.
Okay.
Alright.
Yep. So,
Oh shit, yeah, my money is 5, so I would have gotten a 15.
10, and then 15. And Doris, you start pulling the anchors, and with these Dragonborn at your aid, everyone on the ship starts hearing as they're reeling back the anchor. And eventually, you guys start to feel the ship leave the port of Stone's Fire, and it's starting to rock back into the ocean ever so slightly. And Sylvan, you are directing orders back to people manning the sails and the ropes and getting that all organized. And so whoever is doing that,
That's
they
me.
roll. So you can roll.
Advanced ability. I rolled that twice and at 20.
Nice.
So then 15, but then I have enhanced ability, so 20.
Nat 20 will stay.
Okay.
That'll stick. Yep.
Okay.
Your last one was nat 22 from.
Freaking hot.
2 for 2. He's OP. But then with Torrin's guidance, the ship starts to get in position where it starts to head south towards Far Island, and everyone's kind of waiting around. And with the 2 sails now pushing towards there, Sylvan, make one more roll for me.
I'm gonna get my crow. I don't know if it's the same thing or not, but I'm gonna get
Oh,
my crow's nest.
nice.
You have enhanced ability still too.
Yep. And Sylvan, you turn the ship back into the right direction, catching the wind just right, and you guys are now well off on your way towards Far Island, heading south at a decent pace. And Bradley, what is your roll?
Usually I was on sails.
Okay, you can roll. You can roll sails again.
Then we I think we switched that.
I will continue to be the powder monkey and the gunner.
The guy who's like enforcer to make sure everyone's doing their jobs.
Yep. All right. And so Brecken,
Maybe too.
you can walk around the deck, make sure everything's on point, and give orders where need be.
What do we call like those extra people that
I did give you
Train
some.
people too, maybe.
So you're sales now, and I'm just crow's nest.
Oh, you're saying like unique.
Unique crew members. I'm trying to make this more organized so I know where in the hell
Yeah.
people are at.
Yeah. So
I have a
Torrin,
list here too, and it looks like someone probably did more adding.
Do you
I
have
added a little bit to yours, yeah.
We got some traders.
Because see, a Coulter would be considered unique.
No.
He did.
See, I know that
Oh, he wasn't
Tahara's-
unique for the
He's
ship.
Tahara gives them
unique
trades
as a
bonus.
person,
But he's not unique
he
for the
doesn't
ship.
ship.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't give anything
Trader.
to the ship.
No, I didn't know. I was asking.
Tahara's the trader.
Vendor has a ship bonus on trading too, I think.
Better?
I think I wrote that below.
Oh, okay.
Better been studying his ass off. You say the shit bonus?
Yeah, so Tahara gives you a bonus to any time that you are trading with another ship or trading in, or for any reason, he can help you do that. He'll give you a bonus to like your checks and stuff like that. I don't remember if we had anybody else like
Dominic.
Dominic and
Dominic
Thor.
cuts your ration, like your use of. So if you have 50 members, you only have to use 25 rations.
So what are these called again? Sorry.
Unique crew members.
Unique crew members, or should I name them?
You can name whatever you want. Just make sure they're different from.
I would put unique
Unique.
or special.
Yes, it'd be special crew,
Special crew.
specialty crew.
Special crewmates.
And then Dominic's was
How many can we
I
have?
think his
no.
His was the
Dominic
one
was
with the
the
rations.
Dominic's
Thor's
rations.
was.
I don't know if Thorn had anything.
Thor's just a
I think
No, Thorin was just a noob, I think.
and then
No, I know
actually-
his was the rations because I made that.
Who?
I made the special rule.
For Dominic?
Yeah. No, for
Oh, that's for Thorn.
Thorn.
Oh, for Dominic.
because Thorn was the only one on the ship when you guys found it. So
Yeah,
he
I
was
don't
the
think
one who was
I don't think
That's what
Dominic
Dominic
has
doesn't
anything.
have.
But I can't remember if
I gotta get in training, don't worry.
I feel like someone had like a history thing, and I can't remember if that was
Is that Zodia maybe?
that was Zodiac. If we actually had him do anything, or if that was just
Zodia was special. I just don't know what his effect was.
I mean, he was just gusting fucking wind at our sails half the time.
I think he's like 600 years old or something.
It was. I think it was like advantage on history checks or bonus to history.
It's alright. We'll figure it out.
I would say that bonus to history.
Who was that?
Yeah.
Zodiac.
Zodiac. That makes sense, being that he's fucking
Who was Dominic?
6th century.
Dominic didn't have it.
He didn't. Oh, he didn't have.
Yeah,
He's a
so
new.
No, we got the next second though.
Thorin and Dominic we had.
Yeah, so we have 3 right now.
You can have
What was Zodia's? You said what, a plus?
5 or 6, I think we said.
Yeah.
Active at one time.
Just like +2 to bonus on
Just do bonus to history.
Let's say that would be bonus.
Because it would be his history bonus that you're at.
Okay.
Ta-ta!
Back in that port.
And so, yeah, you guys are well on your way down to Far Island. And with that, Torin,
Yes.
roll a perception check.
Perfect. So I'm here for boys. 22. Oh, 23 actually.
23. You guys make your way. Parrybrooks becomes smaller and smaller and smaller into the distance until you are engulfed by only the vision of sea in front of you. And Torin, with your 23, you see in the far distance what looks to be a ship sail.
Ship ahead, Captain.
I see it.
Prepare the cannons.
Is it coming our way or
Want to take a look again? And do I have that
Yeah. Who has that item? I thought
I thought we both. Did we both?
Oh, it's down. No, we took it off.
Oh, we took it off.
Isn't it on the crosses?
You have it right here.
Both of them. Yeah, but I thought
No, we did both of
I
it.
think we both did.
Oh, is it? I thought it was bolted to something too.
That's different though.
There's 2 of them.
What he had, we bolted the big one.
The
to
big
cruise
one.
us,
Yeah.
But he found that on.
What do we have hanging on our wall? That mining tool?
Yeah.
The thing that
It's like an excavator.
I know, we didn't make
you
it.
have, you have a tool, and then you have like a scope thingy that you have on the wall in the captain's thing. That is not bolted. That he has on himself.
This little one, right?
Well, actually, technically, you took it from Zodiac. But yeah, you have that on you.
Yeah. So, but there is one bolster to it, or
No,
just have this?
okay,
Just have this one.
Oh, so it's a ship.
That
So
thing
look,
is, that thing is literally the size of
bad
that.
right now.
Banner, get up
We
here.
haven't sailed in fucking 30 sessions.
I'm gonna call for Banner.
Yep.
I'm gonna take a look through it. I'm gonna do another perception. Let's see if it's moving towards us.
This is better.
Okay, so I had a 26, and I'm gonna hand it to Banner. What do you see?
Yeah.
And I want to know also what I saw.
All right.
26.
You want to roll for him or sure? And what does that do?
It gives me doubles. My sea vision doubles, and I get advantage on perception. And it's compass is being
Not 20.
And you see him. You see him looking out, and he's kind of squinting. Oh yeah, that ship's coming for us, all right. Golden sails.
Oh, it sails.
Yep. Seems to be roughly, I'd say, 20, 30 minutes out.
Captain, let me see the ship.
And you get that too. And
How come? Are you getting seasick over there?
you see the golden sails as well. And it's farther out, and you're not actually quite sure how far out it could be.
So then, less than 30 minutes. We need to prep. Gold sails. Banner, you're a prodigy.
Let's take a look.
Crew, load the cannons.
I'm going to say you are now in charge of powder monkey.
And you
Yeah,
guys,
I will give you as many crew mates as you need.
and you guys see the demeanor of the crew start to shift as you guys warn them of approaching possible conflict. And Elcor, you start loading the cannons and getting them situated with any battle preparations that you might be aware of. So you can take a roll for yours.
How many cannons do we have again?
I think you guys got.
We had 7, I thought.
Hey, if you want to go to the Harpoon, you could.
Because we took a bunch off that one ship.
Yeah, you guys.
And I think we had, because
I'm
I think
gonna
we
get
had
it
4. We had
I'm
2
gonna
on
get
each
it all.
side.
Well, we actually have it on them. Remember we like edited.
Yeah, I feel like it's 7 because I feel like we started with 2 on each side, and I think we got 3 out of that ship.
Mom.
The Harkin is looking badass.
Wait, what's my modifier? -5.
Yep, -5.
I got 2.
2 for Elcor. That's ass Elcor.
I got my, I have a little Vanner tracker over here for all his accomplishments.
For all his accomplishments.
You know, studied his books.
I forgot I got to -4.
So it looks like you guys have 6 cannons? Or no, 7. 7 cannons there.
Yeah, so we do it. Yep. Okay.
and the head of one of the wyverns at the helm of the Hakana.
I'm gonna walk around too at the top deck and have everyone needs to straighten everything up on the top deck. Everyone grab a weapon in case this gets hairy.
And everyone's kind of looking around like, where's the weapons?
Well, I've got a stash in the base or in the bottom. We got 9 long swords.
All right.
1 shield, 4 slings, and 8 short swords.
All right, Brecken, make a roll. Start distributing them amongst the crew members. Let's see how efficient you can do this.
Come on,
Come
big
on,
roll.
Rick.
No whammy, no whammy, no whammy.
I can see
Everyone
myself
go find
eating
Brecken. He will suit you.
And as this happens, the ship is approaching closer
What
and
am I looking
closer.
at on here? You know, I get -5 or something.
Yeah, it's minus 5. I think. Did you? I don't think you've gotten.
But
Oh, you're at 72 right now. So
you're
once that
close.
gets to 100, then you'll be at -4.
I'm gonna give Vanna this horn. So he's
So
prepped.
3.
3?
All right, 3 for Brecken.
Yeah.
Oh god. Fuck.
I'll do this one.
Must not have all our shit organized very well.
Or this one.
But yes, Brecken, you start distributing the weapons, and it's not the most organized procedure that you've ever done. But you know, weapons are getting distributed, people are getting armed, and people are getting back to their posts in a somewhat timely manner. But the ship is approaching fast, and would any of you like to do anything further?
I'm taking one more look. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna try to estimate how many crew members are on the ship over there.
Yep, make a perception.
Another nat 20.
Nice. You can pinpoint exactly how many are at the top deck. It's roughly around 35.
They look aggressive.
You know that they are in a
What?
they are well ship trained. That's what you know. People are in exact formation, exact spots, manning the sails well, manning cannons well, all of that sort of thing.
Does this look like it's coming from Far Island?
You don't know.
About 35. You don't look dangerous, but they look ready. Stay ready.
In the meantime, too, while Dorias is on top deck, I'm gonna get his rations out.
Yep.
He's gonna eat in case he needs to fucking do some shit.
Torin, from what faction do they hail?
Okay, so I'm gonna look to see what direction they are, and then I'm gonna shut my thing into a compass.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna see which way. I guess we're headed because they're headed right ahead of us.
Yep.
So, which way are we headed currently? When we look at my compass.
So you're headed straight south. They're
And they're coming this right at us.
they're coming like northeast.
Coming northeast. Which, you know, well, I know.
Yeah, and you also notice that very much unlike your sails, the gold seems to be very ornate, seems to be a very fine type of ship, and as the flag sometimes catches, you notice this is the sign or the flag symbol that's on it right here.
Okay. These guys are no joke. Prep for the worst. They haven't seen our ship yet, though.
And you know that the flag that they are flying is not of the Order of Battalion.
Captain,
Yes.
what stats should we have with this ship approaching? Aggressive,
Not aggressive.
defensive,
See, we'll discuss with them.
neutral?
They maybe have something to sell. You'll be neutral.
Aye, Captain.
Until I command you otherwise, you'll stay neutral. Just be ready.
Aye. He kind of marches back down. Everyone, stand down. We are not to show aggression until Captain Sylvie gives it.
Yes, thank you, Tom.
Then I want to look and give Gannon a look and see if he's thinking about going and cooking, or if he's trailing.
Well, Gideon had already went down below deck to start cooking.
So is Marv with him?
No,
Is Odie already?
he's stayed above.
That fucker.
Yeah, Marv's with him.
I just make sure I want to keep track of my dogs.
Reckon. Is
Sylvan,
Odie down
We're
there?
gonna make
I'm good for
Go
battle.
down and grab him.
Let me tear into these sea beasts.
No! You may not. I can't even see.
I know you yearn for battle, but your day will come soon enough.
Captain, they approach. And now they are within probably 100 yards.
Oh, yeah.
And
Standing on my box. Didn't we mount a box?
yeah, you have a box right there. But yeah, if you want to take over, you can.
Yeah.
Already up here.
You notice that as the ship is approaching, and you kind of take off your hat and sort of like gesture towards them, you notice that somebody is in the crow's nest, like peering into your ship as well. And you see him kind of shout down towards somebody, and then there's some movement on the deck, and they kind of go to the captain, and they're like talking in his ear, and you're like seeing him kind of like look towards the ship, and he kind of like looks up at the sails, and then you sort of see him kind of just go like solid, like he's quite doesn't know what's about to happen.
They're locked in, Captain. Be ready. Not sure I'm danger yet.
I'm gonna give him a wave. Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
I'm gonna start waving from the
Everybody give
crow's
this ship
nest.
a wave.
And you see all the crew members down at the bottom look at you and they.
I want to eyeball the captain now. I want to keep my eyes set on
Does
him.
anybody like that?
See if he's making any commands.
Yeah, and you see the captain kind of like looking over towards the ship. And he's like, he shouts something down to the crew, and then you hear, and you see a large shot just goes way up in the sky, and one as fireworks go off.
It's time to party, Captain.
Oh, come on. Nobody else can hear me. What do you say? You blast some holes in the side.
Wait, you're talking to me?
Yeah. Well, everybody can hear it, but.
What if they're innocent? Be more specific. What are you asking me to do?
I'm just joking, but
You want me to shoot a fireball over there?
no, I was thinking we could shoot a couple cannonballs.
Oh,
But let's not. They're shooting fireworks.
I can shoot fireworks back if you want me to.
Sure. No, don't. I want to touch these cannons soon enough.
Alright.
Ask Thorn what's the fireworks mean.
Thorn, what do those fireworks mean?
Alright. Well,
Come on, I need an answer.
they're not aggressive. For now.
What happens if they're celebrating war?
Well, I do not recognize that ship. Typically, a red flare in the air, calling for aid. These being colorful, it's throwing off my trace.
Thank you.
Captain, I believe we should prepare for boarding. Speak to them.
Sure.
I'm gonna kind of.
Sylvan, give me the word.
And the ship does tend to seem like it is sort of like coming a little bit closer.
Yeah. Brethren, slow us down, slow us down.
I'll try to kind of reposition the sails.
Roll.
2.
Hopefully, insurance on this thing.
And you see the other ship stopping pretty steadily, you know, well-manned crew. And the Harkener is still... still full.
We're doing a couple circles around him.
And then
I had a whole crew down there helping.
Sylvan, as you're approaching the
We
ship,
just speak.
you're approaching the ship, and you're about now, like, say, 50 yards out. You're getting closer and closer. You hear a voice in the back of your head.
Oh, fuck. Already.
Where are you taking me now? Is that a ship? Destroy
I'm
them.
gonna close my eyes.
Make a wisdom save.
Oh, fuck. You said destroy them?
Yeah.
Destroy them.
Wisdom 16.
Might get some good loot.
And then you kind of hear that in the back of your mind, and you hear his voice like seem to like intrude. And you kind of close your eyes, and it recedes.
You are stronger in will. Good. They actually don't have any quarrels with me.
You're so tricky.
That makes no sense. Yeah, that is 'cause I don't know if we're ready for combat right now.
And you're speaking to nothing.
God damn it.
And
I'm just gonna shut my eyes.
Captain, are you okay?
and actually, after you kind of close your eyes, you feel a hand on your shoulder, and you kind of look, and Tahara is looking at you. Captain, it is good to give some rescind of no harm, like that you're not going to attack back.
That was me waving at them.
They might not see that as so. That could be a trick to them.
I'm gonna guess prestidigitation behind me. Just fireworks, sparkles.
Okay, so you cast sparkles, and you, as you cast sparkles, and you kind of like look over towards the ship as it's now about like 25 yards in, and the ship is, you know, a little bit bigger than yours, more cannons, but as it's kind of coming by, you see like their cannons and people are like ready to about fire. Then you do that, and then you hear a shout, "Stand down! Prepare to board! We'll see what these pirates need and want."
Yes, come board us. We have much to train.
You see Elcor get this big ass long board. He's like waiting there.
Yes. As you are not necessarily slowing down, and they definitely are, I need you to make one more roll. See if you can slow down this
And
sails.
only take off 2 this time as people are aiding you.
Say I'll start rounding up a bunch of people when I see them.
Nice.
Nice, and with the
Guards
13,
into place.
all of a sudden the sails go. You just feel a big lurch, and your ship like finally slows down, and then you see them throwing hooks and things over to your ship, and they start taking the board as well and putting it down with you.
Good day there, sirs.
Are you below deck?
No, I'm
Where
on
are
top deck.
you with the?
I'm the powder
the
monkey.
guns? Yeah, all the guns are down below.
Oh, I thought they were up top.
No, all the
Sorry.
ones are down.
Yeah, I'm below them. Sorry.
Hello there.
I thought you should talk to them coming up.
So I'm coming.
So,
Then I'm gonna.
as you see the ship, you notice that a lot of the crew members aboard this ship, you also see that it reads Sea Queen on the side of the ship. That there are a bunch of sand elves, different variant humans, tabaxi, tieflings. They all have this expression gold mask on, these high brick collars, denim, and like random leathers. They seem to have this sort of like Persian archetype. So they all kind of look like this.
A good book. Okay.
Cool. Then, as you kind of speak out to them, you see that their captain kind of approaches. He's got a wide jaw, he's got a full goatee, large nose and like puffy pants. He's got a big red sash belt with a nice dagger attached to the front. He's got these gold like pyramid like bracers on his arms. And he's got like simple golden pauldrons, thick black scarf around his neck. He's got this light blue with red striped headdress on with different types of flowers in it. And he's got lots of like ornate jewelry on his hands and about him. And then he, at his side, has this very ornate falchion. And he looks a little bit like this.
Victor Crumb.
And he sort of like is standing towards you, and he's kind of got this sort of confident walk about him. Yes. Who is it that I am speaking to?
Captain.
It is I, Sylvan. I'm the captain.
I'll jump off my ass.
Sylvan. You are a small green dragonborn.
It's mighty captain, though. This is my crew.
Okay, well, you are pirates. We are not. Do you have anything for taxation here to pay us?
Taxation? What do you mean?
Well, I am with the Southwest Kingsman
God damn it!
Trading Company, and you are in our waters at the moment.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that.
Yes, and we have a taxation. It is a mere 10 gold is all.
10 gold? It's a lot.
Well, you are pirates. You come a lot of gold, do you not?
No, that's...
You like to raid and pillage places?
No, that's not what we do. We're not those kind of pirates.
Well, then why do you bear their colors?
Because they were nice to us.
Oh.
Brought us in.
Well, if you join the Southwest Kingsmen, we would treat you even better. Give you a bigger ship, nicer things.
Harper is all we need.
Seems like a good deal,
Let's
Sylvan.
go.
What's the
Well,
What do you have to trade on that?
We have a lot of different things that you could come and trade about if you would like, but the taxation first.
Fine.
Talk him down.
How do I give it to you?
I'm standing across the plank from you. You can just walk on over and give it to me.
Pops off his box.
I'm gonna walk up there with 10 gold in my hand.
So you give him 10 gold. Thank you much. The Kingsmen will treat you well.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, if it is that we are trading, what is it that you seek? What do you want? Well, we have nice ornate things. I tend to be a high-end dealer. I like to find
items.
No, not magical items, but very nice things, nice wares.
Do some
Do you
weapons
have
for...
Yes,
any? Seems like you have a lot of downtrodden crewmates that could use some finer things.
I was going to say, what do you have for, how many swords do we give out, Brecken?
Do you sell uniforms at all?
Uniforms. Well, I could sell you some of ours, but
Oof, no. That is not my taste.
well, it is not the taste of everybody.
8 short swords, 9 long swords, and 4 slings, Captain. 1 shield.
Fine.
Do you sell bows, maybe?
That's what I was thinking. So we have, I believe, did we give some, I think we gave those to some classmates.
Bows?
Swords.
I handed out swords and
To the new members, correct?
swords and slings.
I will,
Well, this is a trade. We do not barter by gold. I am, again, a master of trade. I would like to give you something in return for something else fine. If there's anything fine goods that you have, I would likely trade for you.
We have 1 fine gold sword, which would not more than ornate really.
Oh, it does not have to be ornate. It can be fine anything.
It's a fine gold sword.
I have something.
Said you were looking for a bow. I could trade 1 fine bow for a nice fine sword.
It's made of gold, we're not going to use it. Gold goes quick.
Sorry, I'm checking my...
Otherwise, if you have any other random nice fine random trinkets, those could be used for selling. I could also trade you something fine in return. Or something in need.
We got a dragon dagger.
I got a shitty thing.
Keep that. Okay.
Alright.
A common dagger.
Looks like I have, how
So
many weapons you got on board?
Weapons, I mean, we have plenty for our crews.
I have a golden orb.
Oh, very nice.
Pull that golden orb that was like that placeholder and that thing. Yeah.
Bradley's
Blackstone.
Blackstone. Yes, a golden orb. Yes, that is very fine.
Hefty amount.
May I take a peek at it? And so he grabs it from you, and he kind of inspects it. Yes, is there anything in return? I would gladly take this as a trade.
Yes. I want one of your cannons.
One of my cannons? Oh, no. We will not be trading firearms for a simple gold orb.
Damn it.
I am sorry.
That's okay.
I could trade you some weapons, but not our firearms for the shield.
This thing's worth quite a hefty penny.
It could be, but it's not worth what one of our cannons is.
No, I know. So, for this golden orb, I would like, 10 swords, 10 bows, along with some armor to patch up my men.
Well, as it be, I could definitely give you some swords, the bows. You mentioned a fine sword that you have. I will take the orb and the sword. I'll give you those. And we unfortunately don't carry a lot of armor. We only have our crew members plus some. But we do have a little bit of leather armor that we could give you.
Better than nothing for sure.
I'll take whatever.
He starts speaking in a language.
Anything got on board?
He starts speaking in a language. And he someone runs off and brings back 10 very fine bows.
Oh, wonderful.
10 swords. And then he brings out 2 sets of leather armor.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, that's great armor. Do
2
you have any
short
sort of...
swords or long swords?
They're, do 5 and 5.
Okay.
5 short swords, 5 long swords.
5 short wolves, 5
What is
long
your name again,
bows.
sir?
My name is Major Usan Creek.
Usan. I feel like this trade is a little bit tailored towards you right now. The money aspect, you know. Do you have any sort of...
Always bark. Just always.
You're never
stretch.
satisfied with any trade.
Just always stretch and start.
So here's the thing. We don't have any arrows on board. Do you have any sort of containers that we could put around our deck for our archers and you could supply some arrows for our crew?
Oh, you need,
Like them baskets or
we
something.
don't need baskets, you need actual shields and stuff like that.
Yes.
Yes, we can give you the makings of trying to make your own, but we don't have anything prior made to give you. And so he kind of makes a move with his hand, and that same person runs along, and he actually brings back like simple blank pieces of like leather and some straps and some rope and tying for it, and then gives you like some extra like planks of wood.
Our carpenter will use this while.
This is all I could muster, and it would probably make like just enough for like 2 small sheaths to put arrows in.
Sylvan, I can be the carpenter as well.
You mean alcohol? You gotta be the carpenter.
Yes, I don't know if Powder Monkey is the right role for me, but I will try to be the carpenter as well. I need more roles on this ship. I feel like I'm useless right now.
And you don't see that.
Alright, I think that's a great deal.
All
Don't
right.
charge us any again. Make a note that we paid. I'm not paying another ship 10 gold.
Well, I'm sorry, the Southwest Kingsman Trading Company here. While you're in waters, when you come across us, you will always pay a taxation.
And I'm just gonna get out like a pretend buck. Okay, and I'm gonna pull it out.
Wait. According to the ley lines, this land was actually fought for by the Tide and the Southwest Kingsmen or whatever. I believe this land is actually...
The Southwest Kingsman Trading Company.
Yes. I think this is actually the land. I think this is actually part of the Tide's waters. So we should be free of that, and you actually owe us 50 gold.
No, that is not in the rules of the Civil War that we had fought for. So if you want to pay me more for such remarks, I could take more from you.
Oh, I don't know why this says this here.
Well, I do believe you seem like new pirates then. I will let that one slide, and I won't take it back to my counterparts. And we will let you go.
Yep, sounds good.
Sounds fine.
That works.
You not want to see us again anymore.
I'm just joking. You have to get to know me. I'm a funny captain.
Well, you might want to make sure that you don't say those things around people that care.
Well, you just have to know I'm joking.
Captain, please shut up.
I'll look at the captain. He definitely wasn't joking.
I'm a changed man.
Well,
Makes me nervous too.
your captain has a unique sense of irony. It doesn't transfer well to others.
It does not transfer well to really anyone that
No.
we have met.
No one at all.
He's paid
Other
for
than
it a
us
few
that
times.
tolerate him, no one else really does. So thank you for your gratitude.
Yes, I appreciate everything. This was great business. It
Yes,
was a pleasure working with you.
yes, it was.
Cannot wait to
Captain
see you in the
Sylvan.
future. Yes, Captain.
Yes, well, if you come across me again, make sure you have more fine things. I will gladly trade to you.
Yes, we do not have many things right now.
Well, it seems as such. Your pirating needs a little bit of an upgrade.
We are nice
He-
pirates.
And he sort of like starts
I'll just mumble my
walking
voice.
away.
Well, if I could tax people, maybe I have some money.
All right, then. Set sail. Full steam ahead. We got to find.
I'm wearing the compass, make sure I have the right direction.
I look up there and this is what I picture. Torin! And I see Torin pop over this acorn. His acorn helmet on, like,
It's like Jack, like it's Edmonds, that fucking scene from Monty Python where the dude just hops over the wall and he's like,
The acorn hat.
that's what he's wearing.
We're talking about one of my.
And he's got, like, cricket legs.
he's a
He's
drill.
like a wood soldier.
He's got his wood shield. He's got a wood staff. He's got
Cricket legs, like,
It's my cloak.
He's got wooden chain. I love it.
he's made of the trees.
But yeah, you guys disembarked from the Sea Queen, and you guys both head your separate ways, and you guys begin your journey back south to Far Island again, and that is where we're going to end today's session.
Great sesh.
Okay, so.
Dumbass.
Wait, can we get our ship?
Yep. Torin, you get 5 experience for your ship roll.
5 for a nat 20?
That's right.
That's less than that for
I wonder what the 2 is gonna give me.
Sylvan. You get 3.
I'm gonna get 1.
Helcor, you get 1.
Yeah.
Dars, you get 2.
Hell yeah.
Brecken, you get 1. And Bradley, you get 3.
Can we get, was it at 100 we get to
Yeah.
subtract them?
Yep.
Almost there, just for another good day.
I'm at 102.
I'm 99 away. I'm pumped.
Yep. Or I guess with yours, what we did is roll a d10 on a percentage dice
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
to start.
to start. Yeah. So roll the d10 first, and that'll be your
That's a big roll, guidance.
or roll your percentage.